you said, and we're up here in this brand new press box, and it's state of the art. Very impressed. Something the Paulding community could be very proud of.
This press box is very, very nice. I know they're very excited about it, and they should be. We had a chance to tour it when we got here, get settled in, and very comfortable seats right at midfield. Our thanks to Tyler, Aaron, and all the nice people here at Paulding for hosting our radio station tonight. And you touched on it, 73 degrees as we speak. Sunny skies, a real nice night for football.
It is, and just to let the listeners know, it's senior night here. I think Paulding decided to do it early just to make sure with COVID, you never know from week to week. So it's senior night here for the Paulding Panthers, and it's just a great venue. The football field is beautiful here, fabulous. The band is on the field, and just feels like football in the air.
Play clocks in the end zone, new press box, and Paulding's 1-0. People in Paulding right now are pretty happy about their Panthers. That was a thrilling win for them last week at Delphus. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more, all part of our Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show here from the home of the Panthers. It's week number 2, Northwest Conference football again. It is Paulding playing host to the Crestview Knights. We'll be back with more of our coverage right after this on Classic Hits Radio 99.7 WKSD. Thank you very much. Do you need that back?
We're good. I got mine.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
This is a beautiful facility. They've done a really nice job.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. Welcome aboard, guys.
Yeah.
Got to get back in this way.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Get 10 bucks.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
In my opinion, we got the best seats in the house. The way
Yeah.
we're set up right here and being almost at midfield.
On
And
that. Chris and them talking about it on the radio the other morning.
Yeah.
Chris Roberts.
Yeah.
They were talking about the other day on the radio. Possibilities.
Yeah, right.
Is that
Today we were supposed to hear something, didn't hear anything. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't hear anything today because I heard rumors we were going to.
it'd be nice?
It would be.
Not like other guys, they play high school.
Right?
Some of the other colleges. Why not all?
I know.
Be done?
Yep, I agree with you. We welcome you back to the home of the Paulding Panthers. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber on the Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show as we get ready to bring you the Crestview Knights and the Paulding Panthers. Our first look at Crestview. You know, they went to Spencerville a week ago and got off to a good start in that football game, but the Bearcats and their ground game proved just to be a little too much. This is a Crestview team, you know, just so well coached under Jared Owens and all of his assistants, and these kids buy into the system and the program. You know, sooner or later they're going to get things going here, Sean. They're going to be ready tonight.
yeah, when you first of all talking about J.O., he's just been outstanding, you know, since taking over this Crestview program back in 2011. And he's never lost to Paulding. He's 9-0 against the Paulding Panthers, so kind of a storyline there. And his teams have held him to 8 points or less in 6 of those 9 contests between the teams. So, you know, J.O. just is one of those coaches who get the most out of his kids. So I greatly think that's what you're going to expect tonight. And then the game with Spencerville last week, when you take a look at the statistics, you know, Crestview was leading and gave up a touchdown right before half, and the game was 14-14, and then gave up, I think, 3 touchdowns in the second half and was held scoreless and lost 35-14, but played very well early in that football game and just wasn't able to put 4 quarters together. So I think that'll be the focus, as you were saying, that J.O. and his team to execute for 4 quarters and get the job done tonight.
Well, you know, they like that ground game, and Brody Breck, you know, we'll talk in more in-depth shortly here about the Knights, but, Brody Breck is a bruising running back.
Man.
And, if that offensive line creates some holes for him, the Paulding Panthers are going to really be challenged.
Yeah, and the one thing about Brody Breck, for those who are tuned in, last year as a junior, he was the leading running back, leading rusher in the Northwest Conference a year ago. He rushed for 1,556 yards and 18 touchdowns. And he just reminds you of that old John Riggins type running back. I don't know a better description. He just always gains positive yards, falls forward. It usually takes more than one person to bring him down. So I think Paulding, in order to stop Brody Breck's, going to have to get a lot of helmets to the football tonight.
No doubt about it. And a new quarterback under center in J.J. Ward, Sean.
Yeah, and the thing about it is you realize Coach Owens was a quarterback. He does a great job of developing quarterbacks in his program. He's had some outstanding quarterbacks since, comes to mind right away is Preston Zaleski and Drew Klein and the different quarterbacks that he's developed in his program. And I expect the same here as he continues to coach.
So we know the Knights make the road trip here again in week 2, and they are hungry for a win. And on the other side of things, the Paulding Panthers, we had them a week ago at Stadium Park in Delphos. Jefferson team really, really rose to the occasion and played them toe-to-toe through overtime. Almost sent the ball game into another overtime, but Paulding came out with a win. Anytime you open up on the road, a place like Delphos, and you come out with the W, you got to be real happy.
Yeah, and for the Paulding Panthers, that was the first time since 2010 that they'd opened up week 1 with a win. So it's always easy to prepare for week 2 with the win in week 1. And I think that's the big thing that they can take away from the game with Delphos Jefferson is coming away with that win. And sometimes you win ugly, and sometimes it comes down, you get outstatted or whatever it may be. But I think it was just a big win for that program.
Paulding Panthers, as Sean mentioned at the top of our broadcast, honoring their seniors here tonight in week number 2. It's the home opener for the Panthers. Right now, the Paulding band out at midfield, kind of forming a semi-tunnel, and the Panthers seniors, led by their parents, marching across the 50-yard line, heading towards our new beautiful press box here at Keyser Field. Crestview Knights out there. They're running through some warm-up drills. Paulding Panther footballers in the locker room, getting some instructions as we speak. Let's take another time out here on the Lee Kinsel pregame show, and when we come back, we'll take a closer look at your visitors on the Williamson Insurance Scoreboard. Start to break this ball game down. We'll take a look at Crestview, the red, white, and blue of Jared Owens. A closer look coming up right after this on WKSD.
At Miami University. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Megan Harpal. Our next senior is Haley Hartzell. Haley's being escorted this evening by her mother. Her sports participated in include golf and marching band, other activities, concert band, National Honor Society. Haley's favorite memory is winning the Wayne Trace Invitational and then almost getting pulled over again. Haley's future plans under attend Ohio Northern University, specializing in pre-med to be a physician's assistant in surgery. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Haley Hartzell.
Crestview Knights come into the ball game tonight a record of 0-1, a loss on the road to the Spencerville Bearcats by a score of 35-14 over at Spencerville a week ago. Crestview under Jared Owens, tremendous coach in his 9th year, a Crestview product, Bluffton Beaver graduate, Bluffton University graduate. 88-37 is coaching mark overall. That's just over 70% winning percentage. They were 5-5 a year ago, finished 3-4 in the Northwest Conference. Last week at Spencerville, 133 yards rushing while giving up 330 on the ground to the Bearcats. Spencerville didn't get anything through the air. The Knights added 91 yards of their own through the air, so they were outgained 330 yards to 224 yards. They will play Jefferson next week, but the task at hand, of course, here tonight, the Paulding Panthers. Let's take a look at the Antwerp Exchange Bank starting lineups for Crestview. The quarterback is J.J. Ward. He's a 6', 160-pound junior. He was 6 for 16 last Friday night at Spencerville for 91 yards through the air. He also had 16 rushing yards. When he hands the football off, got a pretty good backfield. The fullback is Logan Gerardo, a 5'9", 175-pound senior. 7 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. He also caught 2 passes for 30 yards. The halfback, we talked about him up front, one of the best around, Brody Breck, the 5'8", 200-pound senior bruiser. 14 carries for 89 yards last Friday night in the loss to the Bearcats. 6.4 yards per carry and a rushing touchdown. J.J. Ward, when he decides to go airborne, primary targets at receiver, Ronte Jackson, a tremendous athlete, 5'11", 160-pound junior. He can leap and go up and get it if he needs to. He caught 2 balls for 53 yards last Friday night over in Bearcat country. And Hunter Rothgeb, a 5'8", 136-pound junior, lines up at receiver. He caught a pass for 5 yards. And at tight end for Crestview, Aiden Lichtensteiger will start. 6'1", 200 pounds, and a junior. Offensive line for the Knights, anchored by the center, Carson Crasher, a 6'3", 235-pound senior. The starting guards, Landon Fremont, 6', 280-pound junior, and Trevor Sheets, a 6', 250-pound senior. Offensive tackles for Crestview, Tanner Short, 6', 240-pound sophomore, and Mason Penix, a 6', 265-pound junior. Crestview's defense led by the ends. Donovan Reith, 5'9", 190-pound sophomore, had 3 tackles last Friday night over at Spencerville. Trevor Barton, a 5'9", 220-pound junior, will also start at a defensive end, 4 tackles a week ago. The defensive tackles for Crestview, Mason Penix, who had 5 stops, and Carson Crasher, who was credited with 2 tackles. The linebacking core led by Logan Gerardo. He led Crestview in tackles last Friday night with 7. Brody Breck also goes both ways and plays at a linebacker spot, 5 tackles to his credit. And Dalton Castle, also a linebacker for Crestview, 5'8", 160 pounds and a senior. He had 2 tackles a week ago. The defensive backs at safety, Nick Helt, a 5'5", 131-pound junior, and Ronte Jackson, he had 3 tackles a week ago over at Spencerville. The corners, Hunter Rothgeb, another 2-way player for Crestview, 4 tackles on his stat sheet a week ago, and Carson Hunter, a 6', 160-pound sophomore, had a tackle. Brody Breck will do the punting for Crestview. He's a pretty good punter, 3 punts a week ago for a net average of 36.3 yards per punt. Place kicker is Caden Crasher, 5'9", 130-pound junior. And the return men for the Knights, Logan Gerardo will handle punts and kicks, and Ronte Jackson will help out Logan Gerardo with the kicks. That's the starting lineup brought to you by the Antwerp Exchange Bank for the 0-1 Crestview Knights. Sean?
I guess things come to mind listening to you go through the stats, and one is that Crestview will face a different type of team in the Paulding Panthers. Last week, as you said, Spencerville rolled up 330 yards of total offense, but all on the ground. They only attempted 2 passes and were 0 for 2. So Crestview defensive, or secondary, held them yardless, as far as passing. But last week we saw Peyton Beckman make 26 attempts. So it'll be a testament to the secondary of Crestview. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge. And something I said to you before this game, and I think special teams are going to play a huge part. We go through the offense, we go through the defense, but something that Crestview's just been outstanding at over the years. And they've had some outstanding returners, some people that come to mind like Wade Sheets and Charles Stefanik and Caden Short, just to name a few. I think tonight special teams might make a difference in this game because of the momentum that a special teams touchdown creates.
I really agree, as special teams has been one of the Jared Owens trademarks without question throughout the years, right?
Right, and we saw last week, both teams last week in Jefferson and Paulding were almost 1 tackle away from breaking it, for the 6-yard, touchdown returns. So I think that might be a thing to see tonight, and I think it could play a big part because both teams, show the capabilities of being able to take it to the house.
No doubt about it. And again, the playing conditions are beautiful out here tonight, Sean.
It is, and there's a nice breeze kind of representing the conference coming out of the Northwest, and it's just fitting. The only sad thing is, Kenny, these teams we've watched for years play, and with Paulding leaving the Northwest Conference, it's hard because this could be the last time that we call a game between these two teams. This has always been a traditional Week 10 game for us, unless they play again in the playoffs or they schedule a non-conference game. This could be the last game between these two for a few years.
I just got a nice text from one of the Crestview administrators, Dave Bowen. He said it's so unusual playing this game in Week 2. I usually bring my cold weather gear to this one in Week 10. Agreed?
It is, and that's why I don't want to get too involved, and get emotional or anything like that. But this has always been a Week 10 game. It's been traditionally the last game in the Northwest Conference between these two schools. But with COVID, we started out with conference games. It's kind of unusual. And again, it's really tough because just like last week against Delphos Jefferson, that could be the last time those two teams play, as Paulding is making the transition into the Green Meadows Conference next year.
Hopefully not. I mean, not that, but I mean, hopefully, the COVID situation, we kind of went over that last week, but things went off last week for the most part without a hitch, really.
I did. It was really, honestly, as you talk to people, they were just thankful that we're playing, and I think that's been just kind of the overall general attitude. Everybody's
Agreed.
Just thankful, and it's just great to look out here and see the band, the cheerleaders, and them able to have senior night here at Paulding and recognize the seniors. I think it's just important to be able to play, and we were having people talk to us. Hopefully the Buckeyes get back to that just being as I know it's not normal, but it's getting back to as close as we can with normal under COVID.
Well, that is the one downer, that we don't have all the fans in the stands, but hopefully those of you tuning in tonight to our coverage stay with us and enjoy the coverage that we bring you. I mean, I wish we had fans in the stands, but it's the best we've got right now, and we just got to make do with it, right?
You're right, and the thing is, it's at least getting to play. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're not having that senior year of football taken away from them, and everybody else who's involved, as we were saying, the cheerleaders, the band, everyone else is getting their opportunities. Because when it comes to your senior, you can't go back. You're only 18 once. We talk about that a lot. So I'm just thankful, and I appreciate all the work these athletic directors and administration is doing to allow this to happen. And we saw it when we were coming here, how much time Tyler Aaron, what he's been putting into it, and trying with the streaming of the games and things so that people at home can have an opportunity to watch. So just outstanding job by the athletic departments in our area.
Well, we told you about the Crestview Knights looking for victory number 1. The team they're facing tonight, your hosts on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard, the Paulding Panthers, looking to move to 2-0. What do you say we step aside for another time out here on the Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show from Paulding? When we come back, we'll take a look at the maroon and white of your host, Paulding, Tyler Aaron's crew, under the microscope when we come back right after this on WKSD.
Three-point shot last winter. Taylor's future plans are...
I turned it up to talk to you. I'm trying to talk a little slower, a little bit more personable. Hopefully that's better.
Paulding Panthers fresh off a thrilling win on the road in week number 1 last Friday night. It was our broadcast game at Stadium Park in Delphos. They knocked off the Jefferson Wildcats 50-48. 1-0 start for Tyler Aaron's team. Tyler in his 6th year here of heading up the Panther varsity football program. An 09 grad here, a grad of Kent State. 10-41 his overall coaching mark. He's got 14 seniors on this football team. They're very excited here at Paulding, and they got off to a great start a week ago with that road win at Jefferson. They ran for 187 yards, threw for 340 yards. The only trouble, they got the win, but they were outgained on the ground. They gave up 431 rushing yards and 179 through the air. Well, you talk about video game stats a week ago, Sean. Paulding gave up 610 yards, got 527 themselves, but still got the win on the road.
Yeah, it was a nightmare trying to keep the stats. We talked about that, trying to keep up with that game. 100 points almost, 98 and over 1,000 total yards. And again, it was very much, we talk about video game statistics more than a regular season. But as you mentioned those, I think the key for the Paulding defense is going to be stop the Crestview running game, after giving up 431 yards rushing, as you just said. And then the thing with Paulding, though, they have to feel good. Offensively, they were very good last week. Had a balance. Peyton Beckman had a big game with his arm. So have to be excited offensively, but they're going to have to shore things up defensively.
Got turned away in that red zone two times a week ago, but still, again, got the victory. Let's take a look at the Antwerp Exchange Bank starters for Paulding. The quarterback, Peyton Beckman, our player of the game last week, 6'4", 185-pound senior, 14 of 26 for 340 passing yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. He also ran for 2 touchdowns, 3 carries for 8 yards. Starting tailback tonight is Fernando Garcia, 5'6", 170-pound senior, 7 carries for 14 yards a week ago. At halfback, Hunter Kauser, the 5'10", 155-pound senior, had a tremendous ball game last Friday night at Delphos. Did a lot on both sides of the ball. 8 carries for 58 yards, 7.3 yards per carry, 2 rushing touchdowns. He also caught a touchdown pass. In total, 5 receptions for Kauser for 58 yards, and again that TD, and he was very good defensively. He also punted well. That's Hunter Kauser. When Peyton Beckman goes to the air, primary targets, Dayton Price, 5'11", 160-pound senior, and Dominic Carnahan, a 5'11", 135-pound senior. We would be remiss if we did not mention the loss of Caleb Mans. He broke his hand last Friday night. He had 237 yards receiving. What an offensive weapon he is, and they will miss him. He's going to be out 4 or 5 weeks at least. We had a chance to talk to him down on the field a little while ago, and of course you feel for him, but hopefully we're going to see him back soon. He will not play tonight, obviously, with that broken hand, but we hope to have him back later in the season. Paulding starting tight end is Adrian Mans, a 6'3", 185-pound senior. Caught 2 balls last Friday for 45 yards. Paulding offensive line, a veteran group. I think just 1 underclassman. Nolan Johans is the center, 6'2", 285 and a senior. Left guard is Sam Woods, 5'11", 205-pound junior. The rest of the line offensively seniors. Preston Hall at right guard, 5'11", 170 pounds. At left tackle, Quentin Gonzalez, 6'3", 205 and a senior. And the starting right tackle is Brendan Hornish, 6'2", 285 pounds and a senior. Defensively, the Paulding Panthers will play a 5-2 led by their ends. Adrian Mans, who had 3 tackles and a sack last Friday night. Sam Woods, who had a tackle to his credit. The nose tackle, Fernando Garcia, who also had a tackle a week ago. The defensive tackles for Paulding, Brendan Hornish had a tackle on his stat sheet, and Quentin Gonzalez had 2 stops on his stat sheet from his defensive tackle position a week ago. Inside linebackers, Hunter Kauser, 6 tackles last Friday night at Delphos, and Braden Sanders will start tonight. 6', 170-pound sophomore, had a tackle to his credit. The safeties are Dayton Price, he had 6 stops, and Peyton Beckman, who had a tackle and an interception in the end zone. From that safety spot is Peyton Beckman for the Paulding Panthers. The corners are Carson Pearl, 5'11", 150-pound junior, 4 tackles and a fumble recovery last Friday night, and Dominic Carnahan, going both ways, had a tackle. He will start at corner tonight. Hunter Kauser will handle the punting chores, did a great job last Friday night. The place kicker for the Panthers, Jacob Fife, 6'2", 150 pounds, and a freshman. Paulding will play Spencerville next Friday night. That'll be our broadcast game. We'll be right back here again, but tonight it's Crestview, and last year in Convoy in Week 10, the Knights won it 41-6, Sean.
I think a key tonight, and I think you'd probably agree with me, when you got a bruising back like Brody Breck, you got to get your defense off the field. Last week, the Paulding defense only forced 1 punt. They got to force some 3-and-outs and try to keep that good field position. Last year, Paulding only forced teams into 14 punts the whole season, so I think that's going to be a big statistic. And then, as you said, offensively, Caleb Mann's big-time game last week with those 7 catches for 237 yards. And when you do the math, that was 70% of Peyton's passing yards went to Caleb Mann. So they're going to need somebody else to step up offensively for the Paulding Panthers, and hope at the end of this game we'll be able to give one of those individuals an award. If Paulding's going to win tonight, they're going to have someone who did not have big-time yards last week do it this week.
Totally agree with you, Sean. As the captains head to midfield for the coin toss, I know you'll keep an eye on that. I want to remind you, you're listening to the Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show from Paulding as we get ready to bring you the Panthers and the Crestview Knights. Portions of our coverage throughout the season also brought to you by P&R Medical Connection. Their whole focus is to keep you home comfortably and affordably, professional and reliable. That's just one of the many things P&R Medical Connection stands for. Make them your first choice. That's P&R Medical Connection. Starting lineups brought to you by the Antwerp Exchange Bank, where they've been providing banking services to Paulding County and the surrounding area for over 100 years. Stop in and see them in Antwerp, Payne, or Harlan, Indiana. The Antwerp Exchange Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Soon, just a few minutes here, we'll be bringing you tonight's opening kickoff, brought to you by Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy in Van Wert and Defiance. When teams get in the red zone tonight, that is brought to you by Flatland Supply, Van Wert's only locally owned distributor, serving the area since 1966 with electrical and plumbing supplies, as well as voice and data services. Find them at FlatlandSupplyCompany.com. They are your red zone sponsor. All first downs brought to you by the Stahl Stollermeyer Insurance Center. Any fourth down play tonight here at Keyser Field brought to you by the nice people at Ag Credit. You work hard, you love the work because you love the land. You're building your legacy. Make Ag Credit your partner for the farm and for your future. Extra points brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center. AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. And speaking of Beck's, they are the sponsor of your scoring drive summary. Any scoring drive summary, Sean will bring your way courtesy tonight of Beck's Farmers at Heart. All timeouts throughout the night and throughout the season, brought to you by Van Wert Health. Our thanks to them. We'll have the Laudix Jewelry halftime show tonight at the conclusion of the second quarter, and our post-game show later on tonight at the conclusion of the ball game, brought to you as always by the Leland Smith Insurance Services, where we will be handing out our Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy Player of the Game, our Paulding VFW Defender of the Game, and on the Crestview side, the big play of the game, sponsored by Amber Davis, Realtor for Schrader Realty. So a lot of sponsors. We couldn't get it done without them. We certainly appreciate them, Sean.
Yeah, and Paulding won the toss. They elected to receive. They will go from south to north. Crestview's making them go into the wind here in the first quarter. So Paulding winning the toss and electing to receive. Going to put their offense on the field.
Again, a beautiful night for football. Paulding band just finished playing the alma mater, and we will be having the national anthem and the presentation of colors here shortly. Let's take another timeout because we've got a slate of games in our area to go over tonight. A lot of football going on here in week number 2. We'll be back with that and more of our coverage as we start to wind down our Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show from Keyser Field. Week number 2, Northwest Conference, Paulding and Crestview. More of our coverage right around the corner, right after this on WKSD. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back up in the box here at Keyser Field as we get ready for week number 2 of the high school football season. Northwest Conference gridiron action, the Crestview Knights and the Paulding Panthers. Some of the other games we'll keep an eye on tonight. In the Green Meadows Conference, it's Ayersville at Wayne Trace. Fairview on the road at Hicksville. Tenora takes the trip to Edgerton. Antwerp Archers over in Indiana tonight. Northern Indiana taking on Fremont, Indiana. Also tonight on the card, we've got Hilltop at Eden. Montpelier is at Cardinal Stritch. In the NWOAL, Evergreen travels to Hamler to take on the Patrick Henry Patriots. It is Archbold at Tiger Stadium tonight to take on Liberty Center. Bryan on the road at Delta. Wauseon makes the trip to Swanton to take on the Bulldogs. The Northern Lakes League matchup has Napoleon at Springfield. Also tonight in the track, Clay is at Lima Senior. Findlay is at Fremont Ross. In the BVC, Lipsick at Liberty Benton. Arlington is at Pandora Gilboa. Non-league football has Macomb at Troy Christian. We've also got North Baltimore at Corey Rawson tonight. Arcadia taking the trip to Van Buren. Lima Central Catholic on the road at Licking Valley tonight. In the Northwest Conference, Ada at Grove. Allen East is at Bluffton. Spencerville on the road at Stadium Park to take on the Jefferson Wildcats. The MAC has a full slate with St. John's at Versailles, New Bremen at Marion Local, Anna Rockets at St. Henry tonight to take on the Redskins. Fort Recovery Indians in Rockford tonight to take on the Parkway Panthers. It is Coldwater at Minster. That's usually a heavy-hitting ball game there. Coldwater at Minster. In the Western Buckeye League, a full slate. Wapakoneta is at St. Mary's Memorial tonight. Shawnee Indians on the road at Salina. Bath travels to Kenton. Ottawa Glandorf welcomes in the Elida Bulldogs. And at Egris Stadium tonight in Van Wert on our sister station WERT, the Cougars of Van Wert welcome in the Defiance Bulldogs. Some interesting ball games and interesting matchups, Sean?
Yeah, and the thing that's just so hard this year is they started with conference games, not your traditional non-conference games that we're so accustomed to. So it really makes it hard to judge teams because of that. But I think things that jumped out at me, Tenora's playing their first game of the season since they took a bye last week. They will be at Edgerton. That'll be a game I'll be looking at. And I guess I'm interested really in the Wayne Trace Ayersville game. Wayne Trace last week losing on the road by a score of 47-0. And Ayersville, a team that is always well coached under Chris Dales, and they won last week against Antwerp. So I think the two county teams is the two I'm probably going to be the most interested to see the outcomes of. Ayersville at Wayne Trace and Antwerp at Fremont, Indiana.
Well, we hope to have updates from that Ayersville Wayne Trace and the Antwerp at Fremont game. We've got some feelers out there tonight. I know Jay Turnbull will probably be updating me on Fairview at Hicksville. That's going to be a real challenge for the Aces tonight. That
will be. Fairview, we'll see if they're the real deal. As we said, they beat the Wayne Trace Raiders last week by the score of 47-0, and we'll see. And it usually takes a couple games in to really get a feel to be able to judge teams, just how good they are this year. And so that'll be a tough game for the Hicksville Aces. And again, Tenora at Edgerton will be another one in the GMC that will have a huge impact to kind of judge, just where that the teams are at. But like I said, just thankful we're playing here in week 2. It's not our traditional. It would normally be Crestview and Hicksville. Normally is our traditional week 2 game, but just thankful we're here playing and here at Keyser Field to watch the Crestview Knights and the Paulding Panthers.
Paulding Panthers rumble out onto the beautiful field here at Keyser Field in Paulding. Crestview will be coming out here shortly. The Panthers decked out in their maroon home jerseys with black numbers trimmed in white. Crestview with the white, they're already on the sideline across the way, I should say, with their road whites trimmed in royal blue and red, the blue pants and the blue helmets. And should be a good one here tonight with Crestview and Paulding. They're getting ready for the presentation of colors. So with that, why don't we step aside for our final time out of the Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show. We thank you for joining us, and when we come back, we'll be ready for that Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy opening kickoff and all the exciting play-by-play in week number 2. Northwest Conference football on your Northwest Conference and Green Meadows Conference station for sports. We are Classic Hits Radio, 99.7 WKSD. Sean and I come back to you from the home of the Panthers right after this. Our officials for tonight's ball game, the referee is Mr. Jeffrey Armstrong. Our umpire is Mr. Todd Dunlap. Line judge is Shallon Stewart. Head linesman is Greg Titus, and the back judge is Carlin Dunlap. Those are our officials. Paulding in the home maroon, trimmed in black and white, maroon helmets and black shoes. Crestview in the the road white uniforms with the big blue numbers trimmed in red, blue helmets, blue pants, black shoes. And Paulding's going to get the football first. Sean, good to be back with high school football. It was an exciting one last Friday night at Delphus with Jefferson and Paulding. The Panthers winning by 2 in overtime. And we'll see what happens here in this one. I'm anxious to see Crestview. Our first look at the Knights.
I am too, and as we're getting ready to the kickoff return last week, Caleb Mann did an outstanding job. As you said earlier, he is injured, but he had 2 returns for 50 yards. So we'll see who's going to replace him in the return game for the Paulding Panthers as the Crestview Knights get ready to kick off.
Opening kickoff brought to you by Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy and Van Wert on Westwood Drive, downtown on Clinton Street in Defiance. Let them handle all of your awards and sporting gear needs. Check out their high school fan apparel in the showroom. Our thanks to Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy. Caden Crasher has it on the tee from his own 40. He will give it a boot. Down the near sideline, it will go out of bounds. Return man there for the Panthers was Dayton Price. And Paulding Panthers are going to have the football with pretty decent field position to start our football game. We are underway from the home of the Panthers on Classic Hits 99.7 WKSD. Paulding Van Wert on the web at VWindependent.com, go997.com. If you've got the WKSD app on your Android or Apple mobile device, welcome aboard to high school football. Line of scrimmage for the Paulding Panthers should be their own 35-yard line going right to left or south to north.
Yeah, as Paulding takes huddle here, and I can't but notice these play clocks, Kenny. Beautiful here in the end zones as it's down to 22 seconds as the Paulding Panthers, Nolan Johans takes the ball to the 35-yard line for the first snap of this football game.
He will snap it to Peyton Beckman. Shotgun formation, twin receivers to the bottom and a single running back to his left. He's going to fake the handoff, run himself 35, 40, and across the 40-yard line before he's brought down by 3 Knight defenders. Going to take it out to about the 42-yard line. Peyton Beckman calls his own number, and he's going to gain about 7 right there, Sean.
He only had 3 rushes for 8 yards, so he about reached his total for the season there on his first carry. Kind of breaking tendency having Peyton Beckman run the football, but it's going to bring up second and 3 for the Paulding Panthers as the ball's on the 41.
42-yard line. Knows that football's on the 42, actually, and that's where Paulding will snap it from. Nolan Johans will put it down. Peyton Beckman flanked by 2 running backs now, and single wideouts to the top and bottom. Johans with the snap. Beckman going to put it in the belly of Hunter Kauser off the right tackle. Has a hole. 50, 45, spins out of a tackle, and he is in front of the Crestview defense. He's down to the 20, down to the 15, and finally dropped down at the Crestview 11. That's a stall. Stolermeyer Insurance Center. First down for the Panthers. We'll see what the big gain nets for Hunter Kauser. 9 to the 50, but we got a penalty marker, and this one is coming back. So I don't need to do the arithmetic there. Paulding is going to be penalized on that run. It was a good one by Hunter Kauser.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you there, but threw a flag there in the holding, where normally the holding area. Ronte Jackson was actually the one that stopped Hunter Kauser for taking it to the house, but it's going to be brought back because of a holding call.
We'll see where they mark this off. The flag was dropped at about the 41-yard line. Probably going to take it back to the 31. And they will put it on the 31-yard line.
What a tough break, because that ball would have been down about the 10-yard line. Instead, it's going to be
second about 13, maybe?
Second and 13.
Down and 13, ball resting on the 32-yard line after the penalty.
Almost to the 32-yard line, we'll call it, the line of scrimmage for the Paulding Panthers. They got a little work to do now. We go under 11 minutes here in our opening quarter, just underway from Paulding. Beckman, trip receivers to the top, single, one-on-one to the bottom, and a single running back to his right. Peyton Beckman gets that snap. Quick hitter on the right side as a screen pass caught by Hunter Kauser. He faked like he was going to throw it, and then he's tackled for a loss by a host of Crestview Knights.
Crasher.
Yep, Carson Crasher, one of them leading the charge right there. It is a completion, but it's going to be for a loss, Sean.
Yeah, Carson Crasher and Brody Breck read that all away, and give him credit. Carson Crasher is a defensive tackle, and he got out there in the flats to bring down Hunter Kauser. So it should be a loss of 1 on that pass play.
I think it's going to be more than that, because it's a loss of 4. They'll call it was second and 13, so now 3rd and 17. So we'll call it a loss of 4, and the line of scrimmage should be the 28-yard line Paulding at their own 28, going in the wrong direction as we close in on the 10-minute mark of Chapter 1. Beckman in the gun. Trip receiver's going to hand the football off straight up the middle, and a gain across the 35 down to about the 37-yard line. That might be Fernando Garcia, and it is.
Yeah, tackled there by Trayvon Barton as well as Brody Breck, and it's going to force the Paulding Panthers to punt and give the ball back to the Crestview Knights.
Gain of about 8 or 9 yards right there for Garcia. We'll call it 8 yards for Fernando Garcia on his first toe to the ball game. And Paulding, 4th down. Hunter Cowser back around his own 23-yard line to boot this one away. Knights have one man back to return. I believe that's Gerardo. Here's the snap. Cowser picks it up off the ground, gives it a low line drive, end over end boot that's going to stop right around the 40-yard line. Touched by a Panther. And Crestview, no return, will have it 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. So with 9:12 left in our first quarter, scoreless tie on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Crestview will take over, Sean.
Yeah, Hunter Cowser last week had 3 punts for 109 yards, 36-yard average, but that punt was just a 23-yard punt. It was a low-line drive. And the Crestview Knights will now have the ball right there at their own 40-yard line here with 9:12 to go in the first quarter.
Big shout out to Crestview Knight fan Kent Ralston tuning us in tonight here on WKSD. We're glad to have you on, Kent. Glad to have all of our listeners aboard here tonight on WKSD. 1st and 10 for Crestview. Left to right on your radio dial, north to south on your compass. And the new quarterback, again, J.J. Ward, flanked by 2 running backs. He's going to give it to Brody Breck right off the bat. He's to the 45, he's to the 50, he's to the Paulding 40. He's got a stall. Stollmeyer Insurance Center, 1st down, and then some as he takes it inside the 35. So a nice gain on the first carry of the ball game for Brody Breck. Going to hear his name a lot tonight, I have a feeling, Sean.
Yeah, he had about half their carries last week in the game against Spencerville, brought down there by Dayton Price and
27
Adrian
yards.
Mans, not before he's able to get the 1st down, as you said, and 27 yards. It should bring up 1st and 10 from the Paulding, about 33-yard line, it looks.
33 is the line of scrimmage. The Paulding 33 for the Crestview Knights as they are on the move here. 9:02 to go in the first quarter. No score. Jackson has a man in motion. He's going to hand that ball off to Gerardo, who bulldozes down to about the 30 for a gain of 3, stopped by a host of Panthers.
Yeah, stopped by a host of Panthers there. It's hard to tell from here, but
2 yards.
Be a gain of 2 yards now. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Ball should be then on the 31 if it was a gain of 2.
Hunter Cowser, one of the guys in there, again on the stop. 2-yard gain by Logan Gerardo, the 5'9", 175-pound senior. Should be 2nd down and 8 at the 31.
Got a Crestview Knight player.
And we
down.
do have a player that is on his back on the Crestview side being attended to.
Paulding decided to come out in a 5-2. You know, last week we saw more of a traditional 4-3. This week in a 5-2. And you got to also realize that first drive, how big that holding call was. You know, instead of being 1st and goal from the 10, it brought it back, and Paulding wants to stay inside those sticks, and they got outside those sticks, and they don't want to be in that predictable passing downs.
Absolutely right. Trevor Sheets up on his feet now, the injured Knight, 6 foot 250-pounder. One of my favorite Knight players. He is a good young man, Trevor Sheets, and he's trying to walk that off across the way, Sean. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Knight fans that are here giving him applause. Timeout sponsored by Van Wert Health. You know, if pain keeps you from everyday activities, the Van Wert Health Pain Management Center is right in our community. Let them help you get back to your life. Talking about Van Wert Health.
Yeah, as you said, it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. It looks like 2nd and 8. So, again, you got to realize this is 4 down territories. We're in Paulding territory here with 8:31 to go here in the first quarter.
2nd down and 8, and that ball, the line of scrimmage, can't see on the scoreboard, but across the way, it looks like about the 32-yard line, 31 or 32-yard line. Here's the snap. J.J. Ward going to throw. Got a man. It's Aiden Lichtensteiger. Slips out of one tackle. He's finally dropped by a couple of other defenders down around the 25-yard line. Forward progress going to take him for about a gain of 6 or 7 yards right there. So the completion to Aiden Lichtensteiger, his first reception of the year. And that's going to be about a 6-yard gain right there, Sean.
Yeah, tackled there by Carson Pearl and also Hunter Cowser. But as you said, going to be a gain of 6. About 3rd and 2. It's kind of hard to tell from here, but 3rd and 2 from the ball about on the 25.
Actually, the stick is at the 25, as you mentioned. So 3rd and 2. The line of gain is the 23 to move the chains. Ward going to hand that football off to Brody Breck, trying to rumble around the right corner. There's a penalty marker that comes in. Getting a hand on him defensively was Dayton Price. Breck looked like he had a pretty good head of steam, but Price, a good tackling angle there, pursuit angle, brought him down. We got a penalty marker down, and this is going to be a hold on the Knights.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be a hold on the Knights. Allow Brody Breck to get to the outside, so we'll have to wait to see for the official spot. But I would assume that the Paulding Panthers will want to take this penalty and move the Crestview Knights back.
Big Crestview shout out to Jeff Helm, also got us tuned in tonight. Another one of my favorite Crestview Knights. Jeff, we're glad you're on board here on WKSD. 7:34 to go. First quarter for Paulding. No score on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. And Crestview now with the down and distance. We'll get it here in a moment. They're making the call, the holding call. Just haven't walked off the penalty yardage yet, Sean. We'll see what we're looking at.
If they didn't take the penalty, I think it was going to be 4th and about 1, and I don't think Tyler Aaron wanted that situation, so he's going to move them back. Should be around 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, depending on the spot.
3rd and 10 maybe from where they're standing. Line of scrimmage is the 32-yard line. Just hard to see. They're not marking it up on the scoreboard, and we're trying to look across the way.
What they're doing is they take the football and they throw a bag down, and you can't see the bag. And I apologize, I can't see where it's located.
32-yard line. 32-yard line's the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9 for the Knights. 3 wide receivers to the top. Single one down low is Ronte Jackson. Quick throw there is caught by Gerardo. Nice little slant pass from J.J. Ward to Gerardo. It should be enough for a stall. Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 13, Sean.
Yep, tackle there by Dayton Price. But you said another Stollmeyer first down, and it's going to give Crestview a new set of downs, and it should be
13-yard completion. Down to the 19. They're in the Flatland Supply red zone with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Crestview on the move. And a snap. They're going to run option. J.J. Ward keeps it himself, tucks it under his left arm, and heads for the far sideline. A pretty substantial gain right there. Very close to a first down, if not getting a first down. Might be about a yard short. See where they put it down.
The end there took Brody Breck out of the equation, so he called his number
9
there on
yards.
the option. Going to be a gain of 9, so bring it up 2nd and 1. And 2nd and 1.
Should be 2nd down and 1 for the Crestview Knights, and we'll see where the line of scrimmage is. Looks like the 10-yard line. No, I'm sorry. It's 2nd down and 1 from the 10. And they're going to hand that football off to Brody Breck. He gets out of one ankle tackle, lunges forward, and he should have a stall. Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down as he takes it down to about the 5-yard line. That'd be a gain of 5 right there. 1st and goal Knights.
Yep, tackled there by Braden Sanders, but as you said, was able to get the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Crestview Knights as the Crestview Knights pick up their 3rd. Stollmeyer first down.
1st and goal from the 5 of the Paulding Panthers. Clock sitting at 6 minutes and 40 left here in our first stanza, week number 2 of the high school football season in the Northwest Conference. Crestview and Paulding. Knights are knocking on the door in that Flatland Supply red zone. 2 quarterbacks flanking J.J. Ward, the Crestview quarterback, and he is going to give that ball to Gerardo, who noses his way close to the goal line, not quite in. I think he might be about a yard short, Sean.
I think maybe inches even at that, but as you gain a 4, so it should bring 2nd goal from the 1-yard line there as Logan Gerardo tackled there by a host of Paulding Panthers, including Hunter Cowger.
4-yard gain for Gerardo on his 2nd toe to the ball game, and it's 2nd and goal Knights from the 1. I'm thinking number 33 right here, Sean. We'll see. That is Brody Breck.
In the I formation.
I formation at the tailback spot. Got a fullback in front of him. Comes under center. Ward going to hand it off to Brody Breck, and he is into the end zone for a Crestview Knight touchdown. Touchdown, Crestview. Brody Breck takes it in from a yard out, and the Knights draw first blood on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard with 5:56 to go here in the first quarter, Sean.
Very impressive drive there by the Crestview Knights, gaining 3 first downs and continuously moving the football. What we expect out of a team coached by Jared Owens. Looks like I'm trying to see if they're going to kick the extra point or go for 2, and I think they're going to kick the extra point here, Kenny.
Yep, it's going to be a PAT attempt for Caden Crasher, the 5'9", 130-pound junior, I believe. And it looks like the holder will be Carson Hunter, the 6', 160-pound sophomore. So Crasher will try to tack on the extra point here to make it a 7-0 ball game. And here comes the snap. There's the hold. The kick is up. It is high, plenty high, and plenty good. That extra point is good. And that is brought to you by AgVantage. Our thanks to them. And it is 7-0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. A lead for Crestview on the road. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with that scoring drive summary brought to you by Bex right after this on WKSD. Back at Keyser Field, that extra point by Crasher brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Bex dealer. Come grow with us. How about that Bex scoring drive summary, Sean?
Yeah, the Crestview Knights received the punt on the 40-yard line. They went 60 yards in 3 minutes and 16 seconds on 8 plays, and that was capped off by Brody Breck, 1-yard touchdown run. And then the extra point to make it 7-0, Crestview Knights.
Caden Kreischer with that extra point kick for the Knights. 7-0, Bex. Farmers at heart, your scoring drive summary sponsor. Our thanks to them, and again, our thanks to AgVantage Seed Center, extra point sponsor right there. 7-0 Knights on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Pretty impressive drive.
Very impressive, but no need to panic. Last week we saw Delphus Jefferson start the scoring of that football game, and Paulding came right back and was able to score and actually take a lead at the end of the first quarter, so no reason to panic. The big thing in that last drive was the holding call that was on the Paulding Panthers, kind of really killed that drive.
Dayton Price, one of the deep men on the return here. This kick by Crasher for the Paulding Panthers. It is straight down the middle. Going to be grabbed on the bounce by Pearl, I believe. Carson's going to bring it across the 25, up near the 30, and I think he gets to the 30 before he's finally dropped. Aiden Lichtensteiger in on the stop for Crestview.
As well as Logan Gerardo there as well on the tackle. So, again, a host of Crestview Knights. I think the ball's going to be out to about the 30-yard line. I think it'll be the spot, so it should be 1st and 10 from the 30. For the Paulding Panthers on their second drive.
Big shout out to Wayne Trace Lady Raider golf coach Jeremy Dager, got us tuned in tonight. Says it's nice to hear some football, a little normalcy. I echo that, wouldn't you?
I agree, and just thankful to be here and to be able to watch.
Betcha.
And beautiful weather, just a great night for high school football.
Panthers again will go at it on offense, right to left on your radio dial. 1st and 10 from the 30, going to hand the football off. Fernando Garcia, a little stutter step, not a whole lot. Late flag comes in as he gets it up to about the 32. Going to pick up a couple yards, Fernando Garcia, but we'll wait and see what this penalty marker is all about. At the 5:47 mark of our first quarter, it is Crestview 7, Paulding 0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard, holding on the Panthers.
Yeah, Carson Hunter and Dalton Castle there on the tackle, but again, another holding call, which is going to push the Paulding Panthers back. That'll be their second holding call, one each possession so far, and that's not what they want. They want to stay within the sticks because that sets up their play action. Actually, Crestview's going to decline, so they're going to force 2nd and 10, so that penalty was declined.
Antwerp trailing Fremont, Indiana, 7-0 with 5:10 left in the first quarter of that ball game. And they'll wind the clock here at Keyser Field. Going to be 2nd down and 8. So they'll accept that, or they'll decline that penalty, and we'll give Pearl, or excuse me, that was Pearl, the ball carrier. Correct. 2 yards on that gain right there. Beckman in the gun. And before we snap it, we get another penalty. It's a false start on Paulding. Someone jumped on that offensive line, Sean.
Yep, got a false start. Now this should move it back to 2nd and 13 for the Paulding Panthers. So penalties starting to plague the Panthers. 2 penalties that were actually taken and the other one declined, but it's definitely affecting because it's getting them outside of those chains, which is so important, as I stressed to you, because that sets up Paulding's play action, which Peyton Beckman is very good at.
Big shout out to Jeremy Best tuning us in tonight also. Coach, thanks for listening. Crestview with the lead, 7-0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. 2nd down and 13 for the Paulding Panthers. Snap to Peyton Beckman, dropping back to throw. Wants to go long. He's going to air it out. Far sideline, got a man, Dayton Price. He catches it, but I believe he's out of bounds, so that'll be incomplete. Clock stop with 4:59 to go. 3rd down and 13 now. 3rd down and 13 coming up for the Paulding Panthers. 4:59 to go in our first quarter. And a 7-0 Crestview Knight advantage on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard, Sean.
Yep, trying to hit Dayton Price on that old big old flag pattern there and just was unable to get his feet in bounds. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 13 from the 27-yard line for the Paulding Panthers.
One tick under 5 minutes left here in Chapter 1. Again, the Knights leading 7-0. Dayton Price split wide to the right. And on the near side, we've got a single receiver. That is Dom Carnahan as Beckman rolls to his left. Going to try to throw on the run. He'll stop. He'll drop. He'll air it out. It's a dangerous pass. Too far on the near side here. It's going to go out of bounds. Carnahan caught it, but he was out of bounds when he did. So it's 4th down and 13, and Paulding's going to have to punt this one away again. Hunter Cowser in the punt unit will come out for Paulding. And Crestview's going to get the football back with just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter and a 7-0 Crestview advantage.
Yeah, give defensive tackle Carson Crasher a lot of credit there. He took chase after Peyton Beckman and he kind of run out of territory there, and so he only had no choice but to just throw it out of bounds. So it's going to bring up the punting unit for the Panthers as Hunter Cowser will come out for the second punt of this football game.
Logan Gerardo set back to receive around his own 41-yard line for Crestview. Cowser's going to give it a boot right around his own 15-yard line. 4:52 left. Here's the snap. Hunter will put it down. He'll give it a good spiral kick, and Gerardo has it at his own 42-yard line. He's to the 50. He'll cut it back this way. A penalty marker is down, and he's stopped right around the Paulding 49-yard line. So a gain of about 8 yards on that return, but we'll see what this penalty again spells with 4:43 to go. Knights are going to have the football, leading Paulding 7-0 with 4:43 to go here in the first quarter, Sean. Going to go on Crestview, I believe, on the return.
A legal block in the back,
Yep.
So that's the penalty there. It was a 28-yard punt there by Hunter Cowser. Again, kicking in the wind, choosing to kick a low line drive and a decent return of 8 yards, but the reality of it's going to be from the spot of the fell, and it's going to bring it back probably somewhere about the 34-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 34.
This is what Crestview likes to do, though. They like to control that line of scrimmage and just grind it out. Take up time and wear you down, and so far they're off to a good start, leading 7-0 with the football. Line of scrimmage, their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10. J.J. Ward going to hand that football off to Brody Brett. Got a hole on the left side. He's to the 40. He's to the 45. Gets out of an ankle tackle and finally tripped up. Stottlemyre Insurance Center 1st down as he'll take it to the 46-yard line. 46, maybe 47. That would be a gain of 12 yards. Actually 46, we're going to give him 11. Brody Brett with 11 yards on his 4th carry of the ball game. 4 carries for 44 yards.
Brought down there by Dominique Carnahan making the tackle, but again, another Stottlemyre 1st down.
Almost 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Knights with a fresh set of downs. And J.J. Ward's going to fake the hand. Actually, he does hand it off to Gerardo, who goes straight up the middle. Faked me out a little bit there. Takes it right to the 50. That's a gain of 3 by Gerardo.
Yeah, tackle there by Braden Sanders, as you said. Going to be a gain of 3 or 4 waiting for the official spot, but we'll say gain of 3, so bring up 2nd and 7 as the ball is right there at midfield.
3 minutes and 48 and counting left here in our first quarter. 7-0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Crestview with the lead at Paulding High School in week number 2. The Knights are 0-1. Paulding is 1-0. Crestview fell at Spencerville last Friday in their opener. Paulding won in overtime in our broadcast game. It was the Panther opener at Delphus last Friday night. From midfield, 2nd down and 7. J.J. Ward going to get it. Play action, going to throw. Got a man wide open. It's Ronte Jackson. He catches it over the shoulder, and he's into the end zone for a Crestview touchdown. 50-yard strike from J.J. Ward to Ronte Jackson, and the Knights have just put another 6 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
That's the thing about the Crestview Knights when that running game and, getting those situations where it's 2nd and 7 where you can run or throw and the play action. Again, just the athleticism there of Ronte Jackson. Caught the ball like a little Willie May style over the shoulder and made a nice catch, and then was able to get the yards necessary to finish it off and take it to the house to make the score 13-0.
13-0. Caden Crasher will again come in to attempt this PAT. Carson Hunter will hold for the Crestview Knights. And here's the snap. Here's the hold. Here's the kick. It is up. It is high. It is no good. So extra point is no good, and Crestview has a 13-0 lead. Let's take a time out here on WKSD. 3:19 left in the first quarter. It is the Knights 13, Paulding 0. You're listening to high school football on WKSD. Kenny Stabler, Sean Gerber back in the box here at Keyser Field. How about that Beck's scoring drive summary, Sean?
Very impressive by the Crestview Knights as they went 66 yards on 3 plays in 1 minute and 24 seconds. The Jaden Ward at Ronte Jackson 50-yard touchdown capped off that drive. Extra point failed, brings the score to 13-0.
Beck's Farmers at heart, and on the ensuing kickoff, the Paulding Panthers had to go back to grab the kick, and it was Carson Pearl on the return. He had a pretty nice return after having to go back inside his own 10-yard line. He'll bring it all the way back out to the 25, so that could have been a whole lot worse for the Paulding Panthers.
Yeah, Donovan Reith there on the tackle, and then Brody Breck there to clean up the rest of it. So it's going to bring the ball out to about the, 25-yard line,
Yep.
Kenny? 1st and 10 from the 25 as the Paulding Panthers have yet to get a first down in this football game with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Again, that scoring drive summary brought to you by Beck's Farmers at heart. Our thanks to them. Panther football, 1st and 10, right to left on your radio dial from their own 25-yard line. Beckman in a gun, single receiver, going to fake the handoff, going to call his own number, go straight up the middle. Little bit of running room, got a couple maybe before the Knights came closing things out there. One of the guys on the stop for Crestview was Trevor Sheets.
Trevor Sheets, and again, Brody Breck in there as well. So going to be a gain of 2. Let's bring up 2nd and 8 for the Paulding Panthers. So the ball should be on the 27-yard line.
You are correct, and this clock is melting away in Chapter 1 at Paulding High School. 2 minutes and 45 and counting left here in the first quarter. Crestview Knights up 13-0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Rushing touchdown, a 1-yarder by Brody Breck, and a 50-yard pass, J.J. Ward to Ronte Jackson. 2 running backs flanking senior quarterback Peyton Beckman. He'll get the snap from Joe Hands and put it in the belly of Fernando Garcia, and not a lot right there.
Carson Crasher and Logan Gerardo there on that tackle, and as you said, slow gain, maybe a gain of 2.
Maybe 2, 1 or 2 right there.
Let's say 1, let's say 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I agree with you.
3rd and 7 on that. Paulding, first 2 drives have been 3 and out. And again, they need a first down here. They need to get their defense off the field and try to move the football here.
3rd down and 7 for the Panthers from their own 28-yard line. Need to get up to the 35 for a stall. Stottlemyre Insurance Center first down. Beckman in the gun. Fernando Garcia is the lone running back. They'll go trip receivers to the bottom. Single up top. Beckman gets the snap. Going to roll to his left. Going to stop. Wheel the other way, and he gets sacked. Knocking him down was Trevor Barton and a couple of others. Beckman gets hit all the way back around the 19-yard line. He's going to lose 9 yards right there, Sean, and the Panthers will have to punt it away.
The pressure up front, Carson Crasher got there first and made him change direction, then Trayvon Barton there to finish him off. And again, what a loss, a big sack there. It should bring up about 4th and 15, 4th and 16. It's going to force the Paulding Panthers to punt for the 3rd time. Paulding has failed to get a first down, and we have only about 1:10 left here in the first quarter.
Trayvon Barton with a nice sack at the 107 mark. And dropping back to punt is Cowser, and on the run it's bobbled a little bit by Gerardo, but his head of steam will take him right into the teeth of the Panther D, where he stopped pretty quickly by Paulding, and he's going to take it, though, down to about the Paulding 37-yard line or so, it looks like, Sean. So Crestview is sitting pretty here, field position-wise.
Yeah, good tackle there by Dominique Carnahan for the Paulding Panthers, but it was a low-line drive. only a 21-yard punt. Logan Gerardo came up, and them sometimes can be dangerous. Either they fumble or they get that head of steam and can break it. But it's going to be good territory for the Crestview Knights as they'll be on the Paulding 37-yard line with 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
13-0. Crestview on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard, and they've got the football in Panther territory at the Paulding 37 with 55 ticks left on this first quarter clock. J.J. Ward flanked by two running backs. Brody Breck and Logan Gerard are going to give it to Breck. The bruiser in the backfield stops. Now he'll step on the gas. He'll turn the corner right, 35, 30, and still inbounds on the near side, finally forced out by Adrian Manns, but not before a Stottlemyre Insurance Center first down for Brody Breck. He's just a load to bring down, Sean. He takes it all the way down to the 24. It's a gain of 13.
The thing that you just can't imagine, he just did 3 stiff arms to break tackles and actually was never tackled, just run out of real estate and was pushed out by Adrian Manns. But 3 Panthers had chances to bring him down and were just unable. So 1st and 10 with the ball on the 24-yard line. 13-yard
pickup. Here's the snap to J.J. He's going to fake the handoff. He drops the football, picks it up, and runs into a problem, the problem being maroon jerseys at the 30-yard line. He's going to end up losing 6, but that could have been a whole lot worse as he dropped the football when he was dropping back.
Yeah, Nolan Johanns there as well as Kobe 4.
Loss of 6.
So it's going to be a loss of
7.
6. Let's say a loss of 6.
Yep, 6-yard loss.
But again, just fumbled the snap there. It was actually going to boot and actually fumbled it as he was attempting to do so. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 16 with the ball on the 30 as we end the first quarter.
First quarter comes to a close from Keyser Field. Let's take a break after 1. It is the Crestview Knights 13, Paulding Panthers 0. More Northwest Conference football right after this on WKSD.
How many yards rushing do you have in Paulding here?
Welcome back to Paulding High School's Keyser Field. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber up in this new, beautiful press box. Our thanks to Tyler Aaron and all the nice people, John Snodgrass, the whole gang here at Paulding for hosting our radio station. We played 12 minutes of football. Crestview Knights with a couple of touchdowns, a missed PAT kick, but they had one that was successful. It's 13-0 after 1, Sean.
It's been all the Crestview Knights as they have 137 yards of total offense here in the first quarter compared to Paulding, who just has 7 and actually has -4 passing yards. So it's been all Crestview Knights offensively and defensively.
2nd down, 16 for the Knights, going right to left, going to hand that off to Ronte Jackson, trying to get the corner near side 30, driven out of bounds by Dayton Price. Real nice pursuit angle again by Dayton Price, and not a whole lot there for Ronte Jackson, who's a real athlete for Crestview, Sean.
Yeah, real great tackler by Dayton Price there. Was able to get rid of the defender and then make the tackle. So not much gain there. I would say gain of 3, Kenny. Going to bring up 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 here. Waiting to see for the spot. So 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 for the Crestview Knights. So 4-down territory here. The thing I've been impressed with is Jaden Ward. He is 3 for 3 with 68 yards. He has not thrown an incompletion yet. So
he's doing a good job.
Hopefully I don't jinx him.
Well, and you know, he bobbled that, he dropped that, and then picked it, had the wherewithal to pick it up. Here we go. Backs are in the eye. Jackson under center, going to hand off to Brody. Hole on the left side, off tackle, spins inside the 20. Now to the 15. He'll go against the grain. He gets out of another tackle, and he's down near the 10-yard line, definitely in the Flatland Supply red zone, as he'll take that from the 28 down to the 11. It's a gain of 17, Sean.
Yeah, it had to be tackled there by Carson Pearl, who's the one that actually brought him down. But the thing about Brody Breck, another couple stiff arms, is able yards after the first contact is just amazing. So it's going to be another first down for the Crestview Knights as the Crestview is getting inside. As you said, the red zone ball should be about on the 11-yard line.
Yep, Flatland Supply red zone is where Crestview's at the Paulding 11. They can get another first down before pay dirt. Two running backs flanking J.J. Ward. He's going to hand it off. And that time, Breck is stopped right in his tracks. I think that was Brody. I don't think that was Logan Gerardo.
No, tackle there by Kobe Ford for the Paulding Panthers.
That was Brody Breck.
Had to be a misassignment there as Kobe Ford was just right there to fill the gap. So it's going to be a loss, and that's not something you see.
2-yard loss.
It's going to be a two-yard loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. That's something you see very often.
No. 7 carries, 72 yards for the bruising. 200-pound senior running back Brody Breck, standing 5'8". He is a load. And he'll line up a tailback again just to the right of quarterback J.J. Ward. Logan Gerardo on the left side of the quarterback. Single wide out top and bottom. The play action fake going to throw. Got a man open. It's Aiden Lichtensteiger in and out of his hands. He couldn't squeeze it. Coverage there defensively for Paulding by Carson Pearl. Stops the clock with 10:38 to go here in Chapter 2 from Keyser Field. Paulding trailing Crestview. The Knights up 13-0. And Crestview looking at 3rd and 12 from the Panther 13. The line of gain for first down is to the 1-yard line.
He was wide open too. Nice play, nice passer by Jaden Ward, but he was unable to make the catch.
Wide to the left. They're going to hand it off to Brody Breck. He's rumbling down towards the 5. Penalty marker comes in late. He takes it down to the 6-yard line. That's a gain of 7, but we'll see what this flag is all about. It might be a hold on Crestview.
Yeah, tackles there by Paulding by number 2, Dayton Price, and also number 1, Adrian Manns, but we'll have to wait to see. That penalty flag came in very late there by the back official.
It's going to go on Crestview, I believe, a holding call on the Knights. So wipe off that gain of 6 or 7 yards right there by Brody Breck. That was a good-looking run. And it will be 3rd and then some. It was 3rd and 12. We'll see where they drop. They drop it back to the 23. Well, no, further than that. Wow. I'm sorry. They're still walking. They're still marching it off, I believe. No, though, he's putting the flag away.
I have no idea.
Can't see where the line of scrimmage is because they don't put the football down there, do they?
No, but usually they use an orange or a color that you really can see from up here. And you
3rd and a ton. It's at the 23-yard line. 3rd and 22 because they got to get to the 1. 3rd and 20. Dropping back to throw. Jackson across the middle. Got a man. What an acrobatic catch. Was that Hunter Rothgeb that caught that, or is it number 2?
It's number 2.
That's there. Hunter Jones.
Hunter Jones.
6 foot, 135-pound freshman with a leaping grab right at the line of gain, I think, for a first down.
He went up and made a very athletic catch.
Call it 22 yards. Call it 22 yards because the line of scrimmage was the 23. It's 1st and goal, Knights at the 1 after a sparkling catch there by Hunter Jones, the freshman. Wow.
In traffic. Those that aren't here, he made that catch in traffic, went up and brought it down. So what a big play there. It's going to be 1st and goal, probably about the 1 or 2 yard line.
It is the 1. It's the 1. JJ put it on the money. It was a little high. Now he's going to come up under center with backs in the eye. Gerardo and Breck. He'll get the snap. He's going to give it to Logan Gerardo, and he is into the end zone for a Knight touchdown. Logan Gerardo, a 1-yard carry, and Crestview's put another 6 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard at the 9:44 mark here of Chapter 2. Logan Gerardo takes it in from a yard away, Sean.
Yeah, very impressive. Crestview Knights, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Really leaving no doubt here early offensively.
Carson Hunter will hold the snap on this PAT kick attempt. Extra point kick attempt brought to you by Advantage Seed Center. Your local Bex dealer. Come grow with us. Crasher 1 for 2 on PAT kicks. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Here's the kick. It's up. It's tall enough, plenty tall, and through the uprights good. Crasher's kick. He's 2 for 3 now. PAT kick again brought to you by Advantage Seed Center. Our thanks to them. It's 20-0. Crestview with the lead on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Sean is working on that Bex Hybrid scoring drive summary. We will keep it right here during this stoppage of play on a beautiful night for football in week number 2. Northwest Conference football, home opener for the Panthers. Right now they're on the short end of the scoreboard, 20-0. And Sean, do you have that Bex scoring drive summary?
The Crestview Knights benefited from the great field position as they received the ball on the Panther 37-yard line and took them 6 plays to go 37 yards in 3 minutes and 11 seconds, and that was capped off by Logan Gerardo 1-yard touchdown run. The Caden Crasher extra point makes the score 20-0, all Crestview Knights.
Bex farmers at heart. Scoring drive summary brought to you by them. Our thanks to them. 20-0 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard, and Crestview looking pretty good here in this one so far, Sean.
Yeah, statistically, Paulding has yet to get a first down. Crestview offense or defense as well. Paulding has -4 passing yards for the football game, so it's just been a dominant performance by the Crestview Knights on both sides of the ball right now. Paulding desperately needs to get something going offensively here. Do not want to go down another score here before half.
Fairview leading Hicksville 15-0 after one quarter in that GMC football game. And at the end of one over in Indiana, Fremont leads Antwerp. Fremont, Indiana leads Antwerp 6-0. And here is the kick by Crasher. The ensuing kickoff grabbed on about the 30-yard line by Pearl, I believe, on the far side of the field. And Crestview right on it defensively with the stop. But Paulding's going to have that football just inside their own 35-yard line to start this drive, and they really need something good here, Sean.
Yeah, host the Crestview Knights on the tackle, including Trayvon Barton. Again, as you said, Paulding just desperately needs to get something going because you just don't want to get, the mercy rule at 30 points and a continuous clock. You definitely don't want to get involved in that. It just makes it very difficult to come back from that situation. So we have a score of 20-0 currently, as Paulding will come up to the 36-yard line for their fourth possession of the game.
Wayne Trace and Ayersville were scoreless after one at last report. Antwerp trailing Fremont, Indiana 6-0 at the end of one, and Hicksville trailing Fairview 15-0 at the end of one. Beckman back to throw, going to find Dayton Price on the near side of the field. He's up to the 40, slips out of one tackle. Brody Breck will bring him down at the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on the completion from Beckman to Dayton Price. 7-yard gain, Sean.
Just a quick pass there to get it outside the box there to Dayton Price, and a gain of 7. So something positive, get Peyton Beckman back on track and get the Paulding passing game going here. It's going to bring up second and third with the ball in the 43.
Isn't it nice when those pass plays are right in front of us here? We can see them real well. That one was right there, right in front of you.
Yeah, it is, especially the Panther jerseys with them outlined. As it gets later and gets darker, it really gets tough to see the numbers.
Goes in on the 9-minute mark. Crestview up 20-0. Paulding with the football at their own 43, 2nd and 3. Going to hand the football off Fernando Garcia. Nothing doing right there. A host of white, red, and blue jerseys in on the stop. One of them was Mason Penix for Crestview.
Very good play there, as well as Trayvon Barton there as well, number 51 on the tackle.
It's a 2-yard loss.
So it's going to be a loss of 2, a tackle for a loss, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Paulding Panthers here. Ball's spotted close to the 41-yard line.
Look at to see if that was Pearl or Garcia on that carry. And it was Pearl, I believe. 3rd down and 5 from their own 41-yard line. Single running back to the right of Beckman with trip receivers up top and a single down low. Peyton drops back, looks near sideline, got a man. It's caught there by Mans. Adrian Mans has enough for a stall. Stottlemyre Insurance Center first down as he takes it from his own 41 to the 49. It's a gain of 8, Sean. Gain of 8.
Gain of 8. That'll be Paulding's first down of the football game as it brings the ball out to their 49-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 49 with 8:10 to go here in the second quarter.
Trying to get into Crestview territory. Knights trying to put up a wall here with 8:10 left in our first half. 20-0 Knights. Dayton Price split up top, wide to the left. Dominic Carnahan wide to the right for the Paulding Panthers. Beckman in the gun, dropping straight back, wants to throw, plants the foot. He'll step up in the pocket. He'll throw on the run. In coverage, Adrian Mans. What a catch! What a catch! Inside the 25-yard line. A stall, Stottlemyre Insurance Center. First down. What a catch there by Adrian Mans. What a throw by Peyton Beckman. Down to the Paulding 21-yard line. That's a gain of 30 yards. 30-yard pickup and a stall. Stottlemyre Insurance Center first down. Actually, 29 yards. 29 yards.
Outstanding catch there as he caught it in the middle of the field and went up. And a lot of times you see people get alligator arms across there.
Just outside the Flatland Supply red zone. Beckman wants to throw again. He's got a man. It's caught by Dayton Price. Gets out of a tackle inside the 15. Actually, one of the guys on the stop right there was Nick Helt for Crestview, but not before Paulding picks up nice yardage right there from the 22 down to about the 13, a pickup of 9. 9-yard gain. 2nd down and 1 for the Panthers.
After Peyton Beckman started the game out 1 for 3, -4 yards passing.
He's heating up.
He's heating up, completed his last 4, and now has 54 yards passing, and Paulding is driving.
13-yard line's the line of scrimmage. In the Flatland Supply red zone. Paulding looking to get on the scoreboard. Peyton Beckman fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and is dropped at the 10. Pickup of 3, Sean.
Yeah,
but enough for a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down.
Yeah, brought down by Logan Gerardo and Brody Breck. But as you said, we'll move the chains. Paulding now should be about 1st and goal.
1st and goal right at the 10, Sean.
They're going to say that there's waiting to see here.
You are correct. That's where the little, I don't know, that's a beanbag they put down. It's right on the 10. I can see the contrast. 6 minutes and 47 seconds. 1st and goal from the 10. Dayton Price wide to the left. Dom Carnahan wide to the right. Single running back Fernando Garcia to the right of senior quarterback Peyton Beckman. We get a timeout taken by Paulding. Van Wert Health timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 6:38 to go in the first half. 20-0 Crestview on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Got Wayne Trace up 8-6. Trevor Spees with a 30-yard pass to Cameron Cox for the for the Wayne Trace Raiders, and also Antwerp. Chase Clark scores on a 3-yard run. Extra point was good, so they're leading 7-6. Those are the latest updates I have, Kenny.
That's all I've got. And at last report after 1, Fairview was leading the Hicksville Aces by a score of 15-0. Got a good one in the Northwest Conference after 1. Allen East and Bluffton tied at 14. In the Western Buckeye League in the second quarter, Bath over Kenton 14-0. And LCC leading Licking Valley after 1, 14-0.
This is a big possession here by the Paulding Panthers. They need to come away with points here. 1st and goal from the 10, got 4 downs.
Yeah.
I mean, this is big. To be denied here after putting this drive together would be devastating. So this is a big possession here in this football game.
Peyton Beckman's made some nice plays, couple of nice throws, and they're trying to mix in the run. They're moving downfield. You got to feel like Paulding has a little momentum on this drive right now. See if they can cap it off with points.
I have Fairview over Hicksville right now, 15-0.
Yep,
the
after
latest
1.
score, let you know as well. So yeah, this is huge right here, Kenny.
6 minutes and 38 seconds left here. We're back out onto the field, out of the Van Wert Health timeout. Peyton Beckman has his offense out there. Crestview stepping up on the D. Garcia standing right next to Beckman to his right. Single wide out, top and bottom. Dayton Price down low. Carnahan up top. Beckman going to hand it off to Garcia. He'll cut to the left, cut to the right, and he's going to be stacked up for maybe a loss of 1 at the 11-yard line. Host of Knights in on the stop. Gerardo was one of them in there for Crestview. It's a 1-yard loss.
I was getting ready to say Logan Gerardo from his outside linebacker position did a great job of containing, breaking down, and then making the play. And again, going to bring up 2nd. It should be a loss of 1. Should bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and goal from the 11. Paulding right now only able to muster 11 yards rushing so far in this football game. We're almost halfway through Chapter 2. Panthers, though, knocking on the door in that Flatland Supply red zone. Garcia to the right of Peyton Beckman. Single receiver top and bottom. Kauser in motion from the bottom to the top. Beckman waits for the snap from Johans. Play action. Going to roll to his left.
Oh.
He's in trouble, and he is going to be sacked back at the 21-yard line. Finishing him off right there was number 59. Well, Tanner Short was in there as well, it looks like. The 6-foot, 240-pound sophomore. But Beckman is dropped for a loss back at the 19. That's a loss of 8, Sean.
Yeah, Trayvon Barton was the one that took chase, and then Carson Crasher and a couple host of others. But give credit to that defensive line of the Crestview Knights, and not what Paulding wanted. They were 1st and goal from the 10, a loss of 1, now a loss of 8, and now you have 3rd and goal from the 19.
Clock running with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in our first half of football in the Northwest Conference in week number 2. Crestview pitching a 20-0 shutout. Paulding trying to get on the board. 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line. Going to hand that ball off to Hunter Kauser, who cuts it up inside the 15, inside the 10, down to the 5. Great run by Hunter Kauser as he takes it all the way down to the 4. That's a gain of 15 right there by Hunter Kauser on his first carry of the ball game. He made some things happen last week in Delphus.
Yeah, he ran an inside counter there and was able to get a lot of the yardage, but again, it's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 4. But a great run there by Hunter Kauser there on the counter back.
We'll see what Crestview can dial up, or what Crestview can dial up defensively on 4th down. We'll see what Paulding has in their offensive arsenal. Price and Carnahan split up wide to the left. Adrian Manns wide to the right, single coverage down below. Garcia to the right of Peyton Beckman. 4th and goal from the 4. Beckman dropping back to throw. A slant, has a man, it's caught. Touchdown Panthers. 4:17 to go. It was Adrian Manns who hauled it in from 4 yards out, and the Panthers are on the scoreboard on a 4-yard pass play, Sean.
Big play there by Peyton Beckman. Again, a good route there by Adrian Manns. Just ran a quick curl as soon as he got in the end zone. And Peyton Beckman timing route delivered where only Adrian Manns could catch the football. So it looks like the Paulding Panthers, after scoring, is going to go for 2 here.
They will go for 2. This PAT attempt, it'll be for 2. Brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. 20-6. Crestview's lead is cut to 14, and the Panthers are trying to get 2 more. Beckman in the gun. 3 receivers, 2 to the top. He's going to fake the handoff to Garcia, keep it himself, go against the grain. Does Peyton lunge into the end zone with that big 6'4" frame? He does. He gets 2, and the Panthers have cut it to 12. It's 20-8. Let's take a timeout here on WKSD. We're back with the Beck scoring drive summary right after this on 99.7 Sports. It's Crestview 20, Paulding 8. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back in the box at Paulding. The Panthers a much-needed score, an impressive scoring drive. They finish it off on 4th down with a big play. And how about that Beck scoring drive summary, Sean?
I went over and double-checked to make sure I was correct. This was a 12-play drive. Went 64 yards in 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Again, that was capped off by Peyton Beckman's touchdown pass to Adrian Manns from 4 yards out. And then Peyton Beckman called his own number for the 2-point conversion to make the score 20-8. With 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go on the scoreboard.
Beck's Farmers at heart. Our thanks to them for that scoring drive summary. Paulding on the board, down a dozen. Crestview 20-8 leaders in this one, and the Panthers will put it on the tee from their own 40, kicking left to right on your radio dial.
As you just said, it was something Paulding desperately needed something positive
Certainly
here.
Did.
And now they just need to stop the Crestview Knights, because Crestview gets the ball to start the second half, and Crestview has scored on all 3 possessions. They need a stop here.
Crestview putting it up on the tee, and it will be Dominic Carnahan kicking it off. And it is a low squib kick on the far side of the field that goes out of bounds. Not out of town, out of bounds. And Ronte Jackson was there, going to return it, but didn't need to as it rolled out of bounds. And Crestview will get it 1st and 10 on their own 35, Sean.
Now the Paulding defense needs to step up here. Would be for them at 3 and out would be just what Tyler Aaron would dial, just so they could get good field position and get the ball back with time to try to dent into the score as the score is 20-8.
Paulding trying to tighten this defense up a little bit. You know, we saw him give up 48 in Delphos a week ago. It was good enough for a win, though, because they put 50 up. But, you know, they've got to try to tighten things up here if they can, and I'm sure that's a point of concern.
Yeah, they got off to a little bit of a slow start here tonight, and that's always tough, and especially when you get off to a slow start and you don't get the ball to start the second half. That's always a bad formula.
Ronte Jackson is back deep to receive, and they're going to make Paulding kick it off again, aren't they? Crestview is.
I believe so, and last update I have is Fairview beating Hicksville 22-0.
22-0, Green Meadows Conference football. Fairview Apaches flexing their muscles for the 2nd straight week. They've yet to give up a point this year. They blanked Wayne Trace a week ago in Sherwood, and they are the league favorite, and they're showing us why here through a game and a half almost.
I would agree. Again, the league Green Meadows Conference champ a year ago, as you stated, and trying to repeat again this year. So a team that's led by a lot of seniors as well.
Exactly. We got 4:17 to go here in the second quarter. Crestview declined that penalty. They're going to force Paulding to kick it again. They feel good about their return game. Gerardo and Ronte Jackson are back around their own 25-yard line with 4:17 to go. It's the Knights 20, Paulding 8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Week number 2 for Paulding High School on a beautiful night, gorgeous night for football. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber right here on WKSD Sports. ball just fell off the tee when Carnahan was going back into the huddle. He's going to need to put that back on the tee. They will.
The other thing you notice right away is the second line with Hunter Jones and Nick Held and Brody Breck. So they have some explosion there in that secondary, capable of, on the kickoff return, to bring it the possibility for good field position.
Braden Sanders is going to hold it for Carnahan. Dom, end over end kick straight down the middle, grabbed by Ronte Jackson, 35-yard line. Ronte shaking and baking up to the 45 on the far side of the field, push towards the visiting sideline, and he'll bring it across the 45 to about the 46 or 47. We'll see where they lay it down, but good decision there by J.O. and company. They're going to get real good field position.
Yeah, going to be almost out to midfield. The last update I got, Wayne Trace is now leading 16-6.
Over Ayersville in the Green Meadows Conference. Home opener for the Raiders, licking their wounds after the loss at Fairview last week. And it's 1st and 10 for the Knights. They're going to say the line of scrimmage is their own 48-yard line. So Crestview, with 4:08 to go, still has plenty of time to do some more damage and add to what is a 12-point lead. They were up by as many as 20. Led 13-0 after one. Led 20-0 before this last Paulding Panthers score. And on the handoff, Gerardo gets through a nice hole and takes it into Panther territory down to about the Paulding 44-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 8 yards right there by Logan Gerardo on a real nice run, Sean.
Yeah, what makes that, it was a play that looked like it was going to go wide, and he cut it up, and it was a prime example why you tell your running back to run north and south, which he just did, and a gain of 8, so going to bring up 2nd and 2 here. The clock is down to 3:42, so keep that in mind as the ball's now in the...
Nolan Johans in on the stop there for Paulding. But again, an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2 from their own 44-yard line. J.J. Ward gets that snap. He play action. He wants to throw. He'll throw it into the flat across the middle, and it's dropped. Had to go down to get that. Aiden Lichtensteiger couldn't reel it in around his ankles. Past that 1st down marker, but he couldn't quite squeeze it and bring it in. That was a tough one to catch. It's incomplete, and it stops the clock with 3:25 to go till half. 3rd and 2 now for the Knights at the Paulding 44, Sean.
It's that old adage, your 2nd and 2, the play action, looking to throw deep. I like the fact that Jaden Ward wasn't there. He checked down, and Aiden Lichtensteiger, again, not able to bring the ball, but it was a ball that was able to be caught, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Yep, Rothgeb wide to the left. Jackson wide to the right, going to hand off to Brody Breck. He's got a 1st down and more. Inside the 40, inside the 35. Rumbles down towards the 30, down to the 31-yard line. 32-yard line is where they'll spot it. It's at least a gain of a dozen, but it'll move the sticks. Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down right there, Sean.
Brought down by Quentin Gonzalez as well as Peyton Beckman, but as you said, going to be necessarily another 1st down, so it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Crestview Knights.
Gain of 12, Knights on the move. 1st and 10 from the Panther 32. Brody Breck gets the call around the right corner. Penalty markers. He's past the 1st down marker, still on his feet. Cuts it back against the grain inside the 10 and dropped down around the 8-yard line. That'd be a 24-yard gain and another 1st down, but I have a feeling this one's coming back, and it is. It's a hold on Crestview.
And this one's from the spot of foul. This one's going to be huge, considering it was in the backfield is where they threw the flag. So this is the 4th holding call already in this football game, and the 3rd on the Crestview Knights.
So that'll negate a real nice run there. Great effort. A lot of banging and shifting and bruising and hard downhill running by the big running back, Brody Breck, but he'll be denied there via the penalty. And Crestview, with 2:58 to go here in the 1st half, up 20-8. Will have the football all the way back now, I believe, at their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they have to go to the 22.
First and 20. Yeah.
1st and 20 at the ball on the 42-yard line with 2:56 here to go in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah.
Big stop Paulding needs here.
Absolutely. They just wound the clock, and it is moving with 2:48 and counting left here in our 1st half of action.
Crestview don't seem too excited, Kenny.
Nope.
The play clock's down to 10.
Rothgeb wide to the right. Jackson wide to the left. 2 backs flanking the quarterback. J.J. Ward, he gets it. He drops straight back, wants to throw across the middle. Got a man. Gerardo on the screen. 35. Trying to get it to the outside. 30 and down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 14 on the pass play from J.J. Ward to Logan Gerardo. It'll cover 14. Should bring up 2nd down and 6, Sean.
Unofficially, I have Jaden Ward over 100 yards with 104. Brought down tackle there by Hunter Cowser, but going to bring up 2nd and 6 with the ball in the 28.
20-8, Crestview on the move. They'll hand that off to Brody Breck. He's at the 25 and lunges forward down to about the 24-yard line. It's going to be a 4-yard gain for Breck. They're going to be 2 yards short.
I believe tackles and stops by Quentin Gonzalez and also Hunter Cowser there on the tackle, going to bring up 3rd and 2, I believe, 3rd and 2.
You are correct. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Clock moving with 1:45 in the first half. Down to the 24-yard line, and J.J. Ward's going to call his own number. He's got a first down and more as he'll nose it down inside the 15, down near the 10 to the 11. That's a gain of 13 yards for quarterback J.J. Ward.
And another Stollmeyer first down. And again, something we haven't seen. Jaden Ward calling his own number there, and again, Paulding not accounting for the quarterback. So play clock is with 23. The score clock's 1:28.
Backs in the eye, going to hand it off to Brody Breck from the 11-yard line. He's rumbling, and he runs into a host of Panther defenders. Going to get a decent gain right there, down to about the 6-yard line. Got about half of what he needed for a first down. It's a pickup of 5 for Brody Breck, and unofficially 10 carries for 93 yards for big number 33 for Crestview.
Yeah, as you said, too difficult to give one person the tackle there for the Paulding Panthers, as there was a host of them. Going to bring up 2nd and 5, and now we're under a minute on the clock here.
Yeah, they don't seem like they're, they're not rushed. They're not flustered. Single wideouts top and bottom. Rothgeb left. Ronte Jackson wide to the right. Here's the snap to Ward. He's going to call his own number, trying to get around the corner right, and a nice open field tackle there by a Panther on the far side of the field. Was that Dayton Price that came up and made that stop?
Waiting to see him turn here. I believe it was Dayton
Or it might have been Pearl. Might have been 22 Pearl.
It was number 22, Carson Pearl. What a play he just made to bring down Jaden Ward. And that, I think,
got a penalty marker on Crestview with 41.7 seconds left. We'll see what this one's all about. Looked like it was another holding call on the night, Sean.
I did not see that flag there, but that'll be the 4th holding call that was on the Crestview Knights. We'll wait and see whether, I know Tyler Aaron's talking to the official, whether to decline it or accept it, but it's also allowing the Crestview Knights here kind of an extended timeout.
They're giving him the option, or what his options are. 41.7 seconds left. It's Crestview 20, Crestview 8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. 41.7 left on the second quarter clock here in week number 2. Crestview looking to move to 1-1. Paulding trying to get to 2-0. It's a holding call on the Knights. And Paulding will accept that penalty, I believe.
It's one of those situations. I think Tyler was trying to give his defense a break, knowing all along he's going to take it, because that's the only reason you would have done that. But I would take it. I mean, I don't want to give Crestview, a 3rd and 5 or a situation there with the ball in the 6. So
going to take it to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage will be the 15. So that's a 9-yard loss. Should be 2nd down and 14 from the 15.
Correct.
J.J. Ward's going to hand it off straight up the middle.
Nothing there.
And that was Logan Gerardo, I believe, the ball carrier that time. Down to the 14, and a timeout taken by Paulding.
I believe Nolan Johans was in on the tackle there, as you said. Going to bring up, should be about 3rd and 12.
Yep.
From about the 12 or 13-yard line.
So Gerardo picked up about 3 right there, it looks like. Unofficially 6 carries for 21 yards. Timeout brought to you by Van Wert Health. Our thanks to them. 36 seconds left here until halftime, and it is Crestview leading Paulding 20-8. The Knights are in the Flatlands Supply red zone, serving the electrical and plumbing needs of residential, commercial, industrial, and agricultural customers since 1966 in Van Wert. Check them out on their website, flatlandsupplycompany.com. 36 seconds left, 20-8. Knights with a lead, looking at 3rd and 12 from the Panther 13-yard line.
Unsure whether Crestview's got a field goal kicker or someone has a leg enough to kick the field goal at this point. But as you said, 20-8 with 36 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We're facing 3rd down and 12 with the ball on the 13-yard line. So Crestview could get a first down here. And new set of downs before half.
Liberty Benton leading Leipzig 28-0 at the half in the Blanchard Valley Conference. Of course, Leipzig will be a member of the Northwest Conference here down the road.
They'll replace Paulding, who's leaving for the Green Meadows Conference.
So out of this Van Wert Health timeout, 36 seconds left. Knights up to the football. 3rd and 12 from the Paulding 13. They're going to line up the running backs in the I. Breck at tailback, Gerardo at fullback. And quarterback J.J. Ward comes up under center on 3rd and 12 from the 13. Going to hand it off to Brody. Head of steam. 5. Wow. Into the end zone. Touchdown Knights. Boy, he made that look real easy right there, Sean. 13-yard gain. He goes over 100 yards. And the Knights have just put another 6 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard via Brody Breck on the ground.
Yeah, same result as the other 3 possessions. As Crestview's had 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns, and there Brody Breck just ran 13 yards untouched to dent the scoreboard to make it 26-8. Waiting to see what Crestview decides to do. It looks like they might go for 2 here, Kenny.
Unofficially, Brody Breck, 11 carries, 106 yards, 2 touchdown runs. That one from 13, the other one from 1, and they're going to go for 2 on this extra point attempt, courtesy of AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. Ward dropping back to throw for 2 across the middle, has a man. Is it caught? It is. And was it Aiden Lichtensteiger? It was. Pass for 2 is good from Ward to Aiden Lichtensteiger. And you can put another 2 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard for the Crestview Knights as they stretch the lead out now to 28-8 with 30 seconds left here in the first half of play, Sean.
Yeah, very impressive there as they received the ball with 4 minutes and 8 seconds on the 48-yard line. They went 52 yards in 3 minutes and 38 seconds on 9 plays. That was capped off by the Brody Breck 13-yard run. And then the 2-point conversion by Jaden Ward to Aiden Lichtensteiger makes the score 28-8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Scoring drive summary brought to you by Beck's Farmers at Heart. 2 minutes left in the first half over at Raider Field. Wayne Trace over Ayersville 16-6. Thanks to Gus Davis for that scoring update. And LCC over Licking Valley at half 28-7. Just a couple of the scores that we're watching here tonight from the press box, the new beautiful press box here at Paulding High School. Our thanks to everyone here for hosting our radio station. 30 seconds left. Crestview back up by 20. Sean, that was a big answer to that Paulding score by the Knights.
It was, and just comment on some of the things you just mentioned earlier. Trevor Speece with a 17-yard touchdown pass to Gabe Sutton.
Yep.
Made that 16-6 with 2:15 to go in the second quarter. And again, a beautiful press box, and we'll have to mention at halftime, a softball complex as well.
Crestview, the ensuing kickoff coming up here off the foot of Caden Crasher. Paulding's got a couple of guys back deep around their own 10-yard line. One of them is Dayton Price. I believe the other one's Carson Pearl. Here comes the kick. Right to left on your radio dial. Low line driver going to go out of bounds, I believe, on the far side of the field. Panthers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Trailing by 20 again here, 28-8 with 30 seconds left in the half, Sean.
Yeah, as we mentioned, big touchdown there by the Paulding Panthers on the last possession, but we said that defense needed to stop and just unable to do that. And now we're back to 28-8. And again, Paulding, I think, is going to have to try to throw down the field, try to see if you get something here. And if you don't, then you're just going to have to go into half down 20. But I think you try to get something up the field to see if there's that opportunity to maybe try to put some points on the board.
Dayton Price, Dom Carnahan, 2 of the receivers split out wide to the right for the Paulding Panthers. Single running back to the right of Peyton Beckman. Got a single receiver up top. Johans with a snap. Beckman rolls to his right. Peyton stops, looks, avoids one sacker. Penalty marker. He's hit, throws as he's hit, and it's complete to Fernando Garcia, who will bring it back across the 40 up to the 42. It's going to be a gain of 7, but a penalty marker is going to negate that play. A holding. Yep, a holding call on the Paulding Panthers with 21 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there by the defensive line of the Crestview Knights, and Carson Crasher and them were just there in Peyton Beckman. And Peyton Beckman did get rid of, as you said, Dalton Castle made the tackle, but the holding call is going to bring it back. And now I think if you're Tyler Aaron, you're just going to have to go down.
Yeah.
Just take a knee and go down.
Be careful. You don't want to.
Yeah,
don't want to turn it over.
Yeah, don't at this time, because that holding call, I mean, it's almost 1st and 25?
Yeah. 1st and 26 from their own 19-yard line. Price, Carnahan, and Hunter Cowser all split wide to the right. Adrian Mann solo up top. Garcia to the right of senior quarterback Peyton Beckman, who waits for the snap from Johans. Drops back. Quick screen pass is caught. Wide receiver screen caught by Hunter Cowser, and no gain back to the 19-yard line, Sean.
Yeah, I threw it a little
and that'll do it for the first half.
Threw it a little too far in front of him, and the only thing he can do is go to the ground. So it's going to bring us to a half. The score 28-8, Crestview Knights.
We have played 2 quarters of Northwest Conference football in week number 2 from Keyser Field, Paulding High School. Let's take a break. When we come back, it's the Laudix Jewelry halftime show from Paulding, where the Panthers trailed the Crestview Knights after 2 quarters of play. Your score on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard at the half. Crestview Knights 28, Paulding Panthers 8. We are back with that Laudix Jewelry halftime show right after this on WKSD Radio Sports. We welcome you back to Keyser Field, Paulding High School. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber. Halftime here in the Northwest Conference. Crestview Knights leading the Paulding Panthers by 20. 28-8 is your score on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. The Knights lead it by 20 on the road here in week number 2 of the high school football season. Halftime report brought to you by Laudix Jewelry, family owned and operated since 1950. If you want to keep up with the latest in jewelry fashion, go ahead and like Laudix Jewelry on Facebook. Great photos, specials, and so much more. Laudix Jewelry with locations in Van Wert and Coldwater, our thanks to them. Let's tell you how we got to 28-8 at the half. Scoring started at the 5:56 mark of quarter number 1. Crestview's Brody Breck, a 1-yard touchdown run. Caden Crasher came in, split the uprights with a PAT kick, and the Knights off and running, leading 7-0. They would score again in the first quarter, late in the first quarter at the 3:19 mark, this time through the air. Quarterback J.J. Ward finding Ronte Jackson for a 50-yard scoring strike. Point after kick, no good. Crestview led 13-0 late in the first quarter, and that would be the score at the end of 1. The Knights 13, the Panthers 0. Crestview would open the scoring in the second quarter at the 9:44 mark. Logan Gerardo, 1-yard touchdown run. Crasher kick, good. His second of the night. And Crestview stretches the lead out 20-0 with 9:44 to go. Paulding would dent the scoreboard at the 4:17 mark of Chapter 2. Through the air, Peyton Beckman, a 4-yard scoring strike to Adrian Manns. And Peyton Beckman would call his own number and run it in for the 2-pointer. Paulding was on the board. They cut the 20-point lead down to a dozen, 20-8 with 4:17 to go. But the Knights would answer with 30 seconds left in the half. Brody Breck would culminate a night drive with a 13-yard scoring dash, and they went for 2. Ward's pass to Aiden Lichtensteiger was good, 28-8. That gets us to where we are. It's halftime here from Keyser Field. Your score at the half on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Knights 28, Paulding Panthers 8. Let's take another break. When we come back, Sean will join me. We'll have a look at numbers and more, all part of the Laudix Jewelry halftime show from Paulding High School, where it's halftime and the Panthers trailed the Crestview Knights. It's Crestview 28, Paulding 8. More of our coverage right after this on WKSD. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back in the box at Keyser Field. Halftime show brought to you by Laudix Jewelry. Crestview Knights 28, Paulding Panthers 8. Sean, some thoughts and numbers.
Yeah, first of all, I got to go quick because 10 minutes goes quickly. We just have a 1 minute and 46 seconds on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard, so that halftime show goes by very quickly. So let's go through these stats quickly and then take a few minutes to discuss the first half. But the Crestview Knights, the visitors on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard, had 10 first downs. They rushed the ball 21 times for 145 yards through the air. And I was very impressed by Jaden Ward. He was 5 of 7 for 104 yards. You take the 145 rushing and the 104 passing, gives him 249 yards of total offense. No turnovers, by the Crestview, 4 penalties for 40 yards, basically 4 holding calls. On the other hand, the Paulding Panthers with just 4 first downs, rushed the ball 11 times for plus 3 yards through the air. Peyton Beckman was 5 of 7 for 58 yards, take 58 passing and 3 rushing. Total of 61 yards of total offense by the Paulding Panthers. The Paulding Panthers had no turnovers. They did punt the ball. Hunter Cowser 3 times for 27 yards. And the Paulding Panthers had 3 penalties for 25 yards. But, all the stats, time of possession, everything was equal. But the one stat that really stuck out at me is on third down. The Crestview Knights are 6 for 6 on third down. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. The Paulding defense needs to step up here early in this third quarter if the Paulding Panthers are going to have a chance to get back in this game.
Paulding's leading rusher, Fernando Garcia, 3 carries for 8 yards. And, of course, Crestview being led by Brody Breck, 11 carries, 106 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Logan Gerardo, 6 carries for 20 unofficially at the half. Jaden Ward, 3 carries for 16. And Ronte Jackson with 1 carry for 3. Peyton Beckman, when you figure in his sacks, 5 carries for -5. Hunter Cowser, 1 carry for 15. Carson Pearl, 2 carries, a gain of 2 and a loss of 2 for 0. So Paulding's had tough sledding trying to run the football. Credit Crestview's defense.
Yeah, and on the other hand, for the Paulding Panthers, their leading receiver was Adrian Manns with 3 catches for 41 yards. And the big play for Crestview was Durante Jackson. His reception for a touchdown from 50 yards, and that also was Jaden Ward's first touchdown pass of the season. So just some individual stats there offensively.
Yeah, I think they're going to put 3 minutes on the board here, give them 3 more minutes, and then we'll get ready for third quarter football. Let's take a look at some of the scores as we have them. Halftime score, LCC over Licking Valley, 28-7. It's Clay over Lima Senior in half, 10-8. Fremont Ross over Findlay, 12-7. Also at the half, we've got Western Buckeye League scores. Bath over Kenton, 14-7. Shawnee shutting out Salina, 7-0. Van Wert at the half, leading Defiance 28-0. Elida over OG, 14-7 at the half. Early third quarter, St. Mary's 7-0 lead over Wapakoneta. In the MAC, St. Henry over Anna, 31-13 early third quarter. At the half, Coldwater all over Minster, 42-7. Halftime scores, Versailles over St. John, 7-0. Fort Recovery over Parkway, 36-6. New Bremen over Marion Local, 6-0. Northwest Conference halftime, Grove all over Ada at the half, 49-6. It's Allen East leading Bluffton 20-14. Spencerville shutting out Jefferson 20-0 at the half. Some other scores as I scroll down here in the BBC. Arlington over Pandora Gilboa at half, 22-15. And Liberty Benton pitching a shutout over Lipsick, 28-0 as we head north. NWOAL late second quarter, a good one. Liberty Center 21, Archbold 20 at the half. Bryan over Delta 7-3. Patrick Henry blanking Evergreen at half, 39-0. Wauseon blanking Swanton 27-0 at the half. Also at half, Wayne Trace over Ayersville 16-6. Tenora blanking Edgerton 24-0 at half. Late first half score, 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Fairview 29, Hicksville 7. And in the second quarter, Antwerp leading Fremont 7-6. I think you had an update on that one, maybe, the Antwerp-Fremont. Check that if you will. We've got Napoleon leading Springfield 35-7 at the half. Did you have anything else on that Antwerp game? What was the latest?
Thank you to Sheriff Landers for the updates, but he had Fremont, Indiana leading 12-7 at halftime. So that was the last update I had on that game.
All right.
We appreciate everybody who sends us scores, are sending us texts, trying to keep us updated, and we try when we have a chance to relay those scores to the listeners. So we appreciate that.
Let's take our final break of the Laudix Jewelry Halftime Show. When we come back, third quarter action, Crestview 28, Paulding 8, back after this on WKSD. Kenny Stabler, Sean Gerber back at Paulding High School. We're ready to go. Third quarter action, 28-8. Paulding kicking to Crestview. Panthers really need a stop right here on defense.
Stop. They need a penalty. They need something. But, you know, we've seen this so many times with J.O., third quarter, the ground and pound. And they're going to bring that running attack. That's kind of his trademark. And Paulding defense just needs to step up and get that stop for this game. As we've told you, Crestview 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns, and this is critical here. I think the first 4 minutes of this third quarter.
This is where Crestview historically likes to grind the clock, correct?
Ground and pound and just wear you down.
Far side of the field, Ronte Jackson from his own 27-yard line brings it to the 30. Shakes a couple of defenders, takes it across the 33-yard line where he's finally dropped by a host of maroon jerseys as those Paulding numbers are getting harder to see as it gets darker, right, Sean?
Yeah, and I think it was number 22 there for the Paulding Panthers, Carson Pearl, and with the tackle. But Crestview's going to have the ball on about the 33-yard line, it looks.
Yep.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 33.
Going from south to north, the Crestview Unites right to left on your radio dial, your smartphone, your computer screen, your tablet, no matter how you're with us, welcome aboard.
The wind's died down. As you can see, that flag is kind of still now.
It is. 1st and 10 Knights, backs in the eye. J.J. Ward, the quarterback, comes up under center with a single receiver, top and bottom. He's going to hand it off to Brody Breck, and he's got some running room.
Hole.
40, 45, 50, stops. Pushes off one defender, still on his feet as he cuts it back. Penalty marker comes in late. He takes it down to the 44-yard line. That's a 23-yard gain and a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down. We will see what this penalty is all about, Sean.
Brody Brecht acted like he was going to run out of bounds, and then he stiff-armed the Paulding Panther out of bounds and cut back.
And then 21-yard gain, but it's coming back.
Think of blocking the back, as you said, so it's going to bring it back from the spot of the foul. We'll see here where the official spot is for this. But, again, what a big hole there the offensive line just created there for Brody Breck.
Well, we'll see where the line of gain ends up being and what Brody Breck gets on that carry after the penalty, what the net is. I'm not sure if that's how Kevin Wanamaker does it with the stats, but that's what we're going to do.
We're going to do.
Yeah. From the 33-yard line, we'll see where they lay it down here. And it will be a first down for the Knights. Stollmeyer Insurance Center.
I wanted to say that, but where the penalty was thrown, it would be marked off that we're going to have a penalty, yet we're going to have a first down.
At the 44-yard line. So that's going to end up being a gain of 11 yards for Brody Breck. 12 carries, 117 yards unofficially for the 5'8", 200-pound senior Brody Breck. Fresh set of downs, courtesy of the Stollmeyer Insurance Center, and the Knights keep it moving here. Ronte Jackson wide to the right. And wide to the left is Hunter Jones, a 6', 135-pound freshman. Snap goes to J.J. Going to hand it off to Gerardo on another penalty marker as he rumbles up near midfield to about the 48-yard line. That would be a gain of 4 for Gerardo, but I think this one might be coming back.
I do too. Tackled there by senior Dayton Price, the second-team defensive back a year ago, is having an outstanding year so far defensively. But again, I think another holding penalty we're going to have here.
Yeah, this one's coming back. I know this was one thing when everything is said and done tonight. Jared Owens won't be happy with the penalties. Right now, his team's up by 20, but it's a illegal formation on the Knights. Going to back them up all the way down to the 39-yard line. That's going to end up being a loss of 5. First down and 15 Knights from their own 39-yard line. Clock stopped here at Keyser Field with 11 minutes and 18 seconds left. Crestview with the lead that they had here at half, 28-8. Led 20-0 before the Panthers get their first score, but then the Knights took it in again to stretch the lead back to 20, which is where we are. Clock running now with 11:13 and counting left in the third.
As you said, something that J.O. is going to be happy with. They've run 3 plays, and 2 of them have been penalties here. As we're at 1st and 10, as you said, from the Crestview 39, and we're down to almost the 11-minute mark here in the third quarter.
Hunter Rothgeb into the huddle. Now he'll split wide to the right. Wide to the left is Ronte Jackson. Going to hand it off to Brody Breck. He's going to rumble forward up near the 40. Not a lot. Good tackling there by the Paulding Panthers. Gang tackling Brody Breck, which is just about what it takes. Might be a no gain right there for Breck. It is.
Yeah,
no gain.
Host of Panthers, Brendan Hornish there, as well as Adrian Manns. Going to be a no gain, I believe. So we'll just say 2nd and 15 there. Ball still spotted on the 39-yard line. But
that's a win for the defense right there.
That's how you have to tackle Brody Breck. And they went for the legs that time and gang tackled, and it was able to bring him down. But again, as we talked about, basically three run plays, 2 to Brody and 1 to Logan Gerardo here, what we expected.
Hunter Jones wide left, Ronte Jackson wide to the right. J.J. Ward dropping back, wants to throw, gets hit as he throws it, and is it picked off or complete or incomplete? Incomplete, right around the 41-yard line. Adrian Manns was there defensively.
Yeah, they were trying to go deep there again to Ronte Jackson. He
Dalton
was
Castle
open.
Was the receiver, and they'll say incomplete. So 3rd down and 15, clock stop with 10:08 left in the third, and the Knights from their own 39-yard line will need to get it to the Panther 46 for a fresh set of downs, Sean.
Yeah, I think that was actually Logan Gerardo there that tried to make the diving catch there.
Well, Castle was there coming back, number 30, but Gerardo very well may have been right there as well. Castle handed the football back to the official. 10:08 to go. 3rd down and 15. And this is where Paulding can really use a stop right here. Knights are going to go 4 wide. Trips to the bottom. JJ back to throw. Going long into the secondary. A one-on-one, and he overshoots his intended receiver, which was Rothgeb. Coverage there. Well done for the Panthers by Dom Carnahan. And we got another penalty marker down near the line of scrimmage, Sean.
We'll have to wait and
holding
see.
on Crestview, and Paulding will probably decline that. Yep, they do. It's a holding call. Paulding will decline, and Crestview's going to have to bring the punt unit out here. Brody Breck will do the booting for the Knights. He's regrouping there inside his own 25-yard line at about the 24. Paulding got a couple of men back deep to receive.
Even though it was an incompletion, I was very impressed with Jaden Ward's arm.
Yes.
He's got an arm.
Yes.
He just overthrew a receiver downfield, but Brody Breck coming into punt, he had 3 punts for a 36-yard average last week.
He'll give it a good boot. Price and Pearl back to get it. They'll let it drop, and now Price is just going to watch it die right around the 17-yard line. So no return there. Paulding, I'm a little surprised there. Could have maybe gotten something there, but Crestview really got down the field there quickly on the coverage.
44-yard punt there by Brody Breck. The Panthers allow it to bounce, and their first possession, but the defense did what they needed to do. A little benefit there by the penalties, but again, giving the Paulding Panthers the ball in the first stop by the Paulding defense, as Paulding Panthers will now have the ball in the 17. 1st and 10 from the 17 with 9:51 to go here in the third quarter.
Archbold leading Liberty Center 28-21 in the third quarter. Shout out to Panther baseball coach Ben Barton. He's got a pretty good seat over there in the baseball press box. Shout out to Ben Barton. He's in the catbird seat over there. 1st and 10. Panthers from their own 17.
Wow.
And they're going to run the football, and it's going to be a tackle for loss right there. And we got a late flag that comes in. Fernando Garcia on the carry, hit back around the 12. That was going to be about a 5-yard loss. We'll see what this penalty brings us, Sean, with 9:43 to go in the third, and Paulding trailing Crestview 28-8. Got the defensive stop. Now they've got the football. But we'll see what this is all about right here.
Very impressive tackle there, as you said, by Dalton Castles. He came up from his outside linebacker position to make the play. And this is a penalty, if you're Paulding, you do not want to go against you. You know, just had defensive stop.
Personal foul on the Panthers.
And then a personal foul. So what a big call here. You know, you had the momentum kind of going your way, and now going to be pushed back and wait and see if the official spot, but not the way you want to start your first drive of the second half.
The flag's lying on the 20-yard line. Half the distance would put it back at the 10. The line of scrimmage was the 17. Half the distance would put it back inside the 9, around the 8.
Waiting to see here.
Rothgeb coming in for Crestview on a substitution, replacing Hunter Jones. And we'll see where they put this thing down. 9 minutes, 43 seconds left here in the third quarter from Panther Country. Paulding trailing the Knights of Crestview by a score of 28-8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
This seems like it takes a long time for 5 officials to make a decision and mark it off. The old days, they just marked it off and said, let's play. You know,
I agree. You're reading my mind right there.
A lot of talk goes on today that's unnecessary.
Well, they'll pick the flag up. Penalty marker against the Paulding Panthers, a personal foul. And the line of scrimmage is going to be about the 11-yard line, it looks like, maybe.
They're still moving back, Kenny.
Okay, no, they're going back further. You're right.
5, maybe?
To the 5. So 1st and
about 23, 24.
1st and 27, maybe, because it was. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. From the 17 down to the 5, it's 12 more yards. 1st and 22, I would say. 1st and 22 from the 5.
Brings up 1st down and 22.
9 minutes and 43 seconds left here
Sam Hatcher, the PA announcer, just verified that, Kenny.
Yeah, he sure did.
1st and 22.
Paulding's huddle back in their end zone. They got a little work to do here. Crestview licking their chops from the defensive side of things, trying to take advantage of that Paulding personal foul right there, Sean.
I was waiting to see if it was a dead ball foul, after the play or something like that, to see why there's such a long discussion, but it's not going to be. So it's going to be, as you said, 1st and 22 from about the 5-yard line. But what a critical penalty to push the Panthers back and on 1st down, especially after receiving the ball here to start the second half.
Well, they're still talking things over right now. We don't have an official timeout on the field, do we? I've seen no signal. It's just taking a lot of time here to sort this one out. I've
said this numerous times. I wish they were mic'd. Whatever their discussion was, we as the fans are here could listen to see what. This has taken, 3-4 minutes, Kenny?
It really has taken some time. Paulding's still in the huddle, back in the end zone.
Now they're going to talk some more.
They're going to discuss maybe who the personal foul was on. They're trying to keep a record of that, I believe. And Panthers come up to the football 1st and 22 from the 5, I believe. I was looking to the scoreboard. 1st and 22 from the 5. Need to get up to that 27-yard line. Beckman in the gun. Garcia to his right. Single wideouts top and bottom. And pretty soon we're going to get to snap the football and start playing again. Man, oh man.
He's in the gun. He's in his end zone. So it's tough throwing out of your end zone as well.
They'll wind the play clock. And Beckman will wait for the snap from center. Nolan Johans, he'll get it. He'll drop back from his own end zone. He'll pump fake. He's throwing long, near sideline. Got a man. It's Carnahan. Double coverage. Incomplete, but a penalty marker flies in. And from the reaction of the Paulding sideline, we might have defensive pass interference right there. That would help the Panthers a ton, wouldn't it?
It would. Again, a double move there.
Ronte Jackson back there, Breck back there, Hunter Rothgeb back there. And they're talking to Hunter Rothgeb. I think he might be the one being maligned right now for that penalty. And we'll see what the down and distance looks like after this.
Trying to hit Dominic Carnahan on a double move, but the thing about that was I thought Ronte Jackson was going to make the interception as he came over the top from his safety position, but they're going to get called a pass interference.
Automatic stall, Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down for the Paulding Panthers. 9:34 left in the 3rd quarter. 28-8 Knights on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
I think I've had this a long time, Kenny. I have not marked a play yet. They've all been penalties, and now Paulding ends up with the 1st down.
17-yard line's the line of scrimmage. And a 1st down for the Panthers, 1st and 10. Beckman back to throw, has a man open. Adrian Mann catches at the 20. He's up to the 25, dives forward to about the 27-yard line. And that's a pretty healthy gain on the pass completion from Beckman to Adrian Manns. And it will move the sticks for a Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down. It's a gain of 10. They needed 10, they got 10. Beckman will go quickly now here with 4 wide receivers. Trips to the top. 1st and 10 from the 26. He'll pump fake, he'll stop, he'll throw. Got a man, Adrian Manns catches again at about the 32, 33-yard line. That's going to be a chunk of about 7 yards right there on that completion from Beckman to Manns. Should bring up 2nd down and about 3. 2nd down and 4. Gain of 6 on that play. Clock stopped with 9:07. 6-yard gain on the completion from Beckman to Adrian Manns. Dayton Price goes to the top. Dom Carnahan joining him. Manns down low along with Hunter Kauser. Panthers go 4 wide. Garcia to the right of Peyton Beckman. Gets the snap from Johans. Going to call his own number. Big hole. 35, 40, 45, 50. Peyton Beckman on the loose. Into Crestview territory. Still on his feet. Takes a hit at the 30. Still on his feet and dropped at the 26. What a run by Peyton Beckman, Sean. Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down.
Yeah, brought down there by number 20 there of the Crestview Knights, Ronte Jackson.
41-yard run.
Big run there by Peyton Beckman. Paulding going no huddle, just going up the line of scrimmage here. Ball will be spotted on the 36-yard line of Crestview.
They'll go 4 wide again. Single to the bottom is Manns. Trips up top. Beckman gets the snap. Drops back to throw. Under duress. Throws. And intended receiver was Dayton Price. And that ball could have been picked off, but was not. Coverage there by Ronte Jackson, who I believe slipped on. Actually,
No.
that was number 10, not Ronte Jackson.
Carson Hunter.
That is Carson Hunter, the 6', 160-pound sophomore. So second down and 10 on that incompletion.
Don't want to throw behind a receiver running an out, which he just did, and Carson Hunter slipped, or he'd have made the interception. But second and 10 now from the 36. But Paulding getting some momentum here, and this would be big if they could find a way to punch it here in this third quarter.
Clock stopped with 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in the third quarter. 28-8 on the Williamson Insurance Scoreboard. Crestview by 20. Paulding trying to put some more points on the board. They'll hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Trip receivers up top. Carnahan up there. Cowser up there. And right before they snap the football, a timeout taken by Paulding. Let's take a 60-second break. 28-8. Panther football trailing Crestview by 20 when we come back. Thank you very much, Scott Truxell, Kenny Stabler, and Sean Gerber back in the box here at Paulding High School's Keyser Field. Week number 2 of the high school football season. Northwest Conference action. 28-8. Crestview with a lead of 20. Paulding on the move into night territory at the Crestview 36, looking at 2nd and 10, Sean.
Yeah, great time out there by Tyler Aaron. Did not want to take the delay of game penalty and make it 2nd and 15. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Adrian Manns is starting to become Peyton Beckman's favorite target with 5 catches for 68 yards.
4 wide receivers, trips to the top. Beckman rolling to his left. Looks back right. Throws long. Puts it up in the air. Kind of hangs it up a little bit. It's knocked around, but it's caught off a deflection by Adrian Manns. What a catch there off a deflection. Manns down around the 5-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. It's a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down as he takes it from the 36 down to the 5. First and goal, Panthers. That's a gain of 31 yards. 31-yard completion from Beckman to Manns off a deflection. Hey, you take it any way you can get it. Actually, it's down to the 3, so add 2 more yards to that. 33-yard completion. The line of scrimmage is the 3-yard line of Crestview. First and goal, Panthers. Beckman in the gun, gets the snap, hands it off to Garcia, who fumbles it, but Beckman picks it up. He moves forward and chugs back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. Actually, it's the 4-yard line, so they're going to lose a yard when all's said and done.
Brody Brett came out with the ball, but they were going to say he was down. The Crestview Knights was trying to strip it from him, but as you said, going to be probably a loss of 1.
Well, loss of 1 to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from the 4. For the Panthers, and the clock runs here at Keyser Field with 7 minutes and 45 left in Chapter 3 of this Northwest Conference tilt. Paulding 1-0, Crestview 0-1. The Panthers are in the Flatland Supply red zone, of course, and Fernando Garcia, the single running back to the right of Peyton Beckman. Twin receivers to the bottom, to the right, and they're going to hand it off on a counter play. It's Hunter Cowser. He gets in. Penalty marker. Touchdown for the moment for Paulding. A 4-yard touchdown run by Hunter Cowser, but we got a penalty marker down, Sean.
Looks like a holding call. They run that inside counter that they had success earlier running, but
take that touchdown off the board. Cowser scored it from 4 yards away, but we're going to get a penalty marker on the Panthers. Holding call, you say?
Yeah, Hunter Rothka on the corner position got held, and that's going to bring this back. So we'll have to wait from the spot of the foul, but it could end up being a situation where we'll have second goal from the 14.
Yep, if it's from the line of scrimmage, we'll see. They're talking it over right now. 7 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. 28-8 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard, a lead of 20 for Crestview. But Paulding trying to get closer, Sean.
Just got an update. Fremont, Indiana just scored and went up 18-7 on Antwerp in that ball game.
Appreciate all the updates from all the people sending them our way.
Just can't get over all the discussion, Kenny.
A lot of discussion, a lot of board meetings out on the field tonight. 7:25 to go here in the third quarter. And we get a block in the back on Paulding. That's the call, Sean.
Yep.
They're going to back it up to the 10-yard line. So it's going to cost them 6 yards, and it's going to be second and goal for the Panthers from the Crestview 10. 7:25 to go. Knights up 20, 28-8. Paulding really needs this score. Crestview really trying to break their spirit right here with a stop. Here we go. Twin receivers to the bottom, twins to the top. Garcia to the right of senior quarterback Peyton Beckman, who waits for the snap from Nolan Johans, gets it. Beckman going to run the quarterback draw, gets out of one tackle, tackled from behind, and he'll take it down to about the 8-yard line. Going to pick up 2 yards right there on the keeper, maybe 3 if he got to the 7.
Nice play there by Ian Bailey from the
2-yard gain, we'll call
tackle
it.
Position there, was able to grab a hold of him and keep him from gaining many extra yards after the breaking the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring third and goal from the 8, Kenny.
And we go under 7 minutes left, Sean, in the third quarter, this Northwest Conference football game. Peyton Beckman in from the side with the call into the huddle. Crestview up to the line of scrimmage on the D. Panthers looking to break huddle. Dom Carnahan and Dayton Price wide to the left. Wide to the right, Hunter Kauser and Adrian Manns. Beckman in the gun. Fernando Garcia to his right. He'll get the snap. He'll drop. He'll throw a fade. Corner right, looking for Adrian Manns, and he overshoots him out the back corner of the end zone. Wanted to throw that where only his guy could get it. Unfortunately, a little too long. Incomplete. Stops the clock with 6:33 to go. Fourth and goal, Panthers. Ball remains on the Knight 8-yard line.
I think the thing that you remember here, this actually started first and goal from the 4-yard line. That penalty
Certainly did.
And that's what's tough. That penalty's put it now, moved it back. It's fourth and goal from the 8. You got to look again to go to Adrian Manns or look back for that counter with Hunter Kauser. It'll be interesting to see what play Tyler Aaron calls here with fourth and goal from the 8.
Can Peyton Beckman work a little fourth down magic again? Fourth and goal from the 8. To his right is Garcia, the single running back. Twin receivers top and bottom, same guys. Snap. Beckman back to throw. Throws. Got a man at the goal line, and it's incomplete. It was right down on the ground. Adrian Manns tried to scoop it up. He couldn't. And Crestview gets a big stop. Paulding will turn it over on downs. Crestview will have it first and 10 from their own 8. That is a big play in the ball game right there.
Yep, and I got to go back to that penalty. It was your first and goal from the 4, and that penalty pushed him back and just kind of made it a little bit more difficult as far as trying to convert. And now, as we talked about, the Crestview Knights getting the ball back on their 8-yard line. Look for the Brody Breck and Logan Gerardo pound and ground.
The old meat grinder offense, right?
Ground and pound here for the next 6 minutes.
6:25 to go here in the third quarter, almost halfway through Chapter 3 on a beautiful night for football at Paulding High School from this new beautiful press box. Our thanks to the Paulding Athletic Department for hosting our station. And J.J. Ward's going to hand it off to Brody Breck. Nice open field tackle there for a loss by the Panthers. Looking to see who that was.
Fernando Garcia.
Yeah.
It's a big play there by the nose tackle. Fernando Garcia was able to get in and make the tackle. You don't see that very often.
They're going to say Logan Vance was in on that tackle as well, number 21. And that's going to be actually a loss of 1 for Brody Breck. You don't see that very often, do you?
No, you do not. What they do is they got Fernando Garcia at nose tackle, and he was able to get through there and make the tackle for a loss of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 11 with the ball on the 7-yard line of Crestview.
5 minutes and 49 and counting left here in the third quarter. Crestview taking their time, second down and 11 from their own 7. The line of gain for a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down is the 18. And they will go single receivers top and bottom, and they're dropping back to throw. JJ, pump fakes long, going to take it, step up, run. Not a whole lot. Gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. Might have squeezed out a yard, but I think it's a no gain for the Crestview quarterback, host of Panther Maroon, in on that stop.
Yeah, Nolan Johans right there on the play. And
good call.
He missed one of the few things, Jaden Ward there missed Logan Gerardo there in the flats, back coming out of the backfield. So it was looking deep and should have checked down to the flats. But it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 now. Paulding again needing a big stop.
Yeah, they've got Crestview pinned right here on 3rd and 11. Knights have it at their own 7. We go under 5 minutes left in Chapter 3. 28-8. Crestview by 20. Play clock's down to 8. We'll see if they can get this play off or if J.O. calls a timeout. We're down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They're trying to snap the football. They do. JJ rolling to his right. He's going to cut it up and run. He trying to get out of the tackle of Adrian Manns. He lunges forward. He's real close to that first down marker, and I think he got it down to the 19. Needed 11, got 12. Great running there by quarterback JJ Ward. Stahl, Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down on the 12-yard pickup.
Crestview has 12 first downs, but that might be the biggest one so far of this game. What a run there. They were going to run the option, and he chose to call his own number and get the first down. So it's 1st and 10 from the 19 and gives the Crestview Knights a new set of downs.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 11, and he got 12. That's a big play right there. I just made note of that. That extends this drive for Crestview, gets them out of the shadows of their own goalpost. 4 minutes, 18 seconds left, single wideouts, top and bottom. 2 running backs flanking quarterback J.J. Ward, who gets the snap, and he's going to hand it off. I think Gerardo's the ball carrier, straight up the middle. Hosta Maroon in on the stop. And that was Logan Gerardo on the carry for the Knights, and we got a Crestview player down. Gerardo picks up 5 yards right there. Let's take a quick 60-second timeout. We're back with more right after this on WKSD. Van Wert Health injury timeout. Landon Fremont, 6 foot, 280-pound junior. The injured Crestview player walks over to the sideline under his own power. Sean, that's always a good thing to see.
It always is, and it's something we always hate to see and don't want to jinx it by saying is anytime they have to bring out the EMS, and we haven't had that happen for a while, and hopefully it stays that way. 2nd and 4 here, handoff up the middle.
Yep, straight up the middle. The ball carrier
to see here
is
Logan Gerardo.
Yep, Logan Gerardo gets it again on 2nd down and 5. He's going to pick up 4, and they're about a yard short right there.
Number 51 there on the tackle, Quentin Gonzalez for the Paulding Panthers. So it's going to bring up another 3rd down. It should be about 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 here, about on the 28-yard line. So another critical 3rd down here for the Crestview Knights, and got to think that Brody Breck.
Yep. 2 running backs, Breck and Gerardo, flanking quarterback J.J. Ward got a man in motion. It's Aiden Lichtensteiger, high snap, and they're going to hand it off. It's actually Gerardo, the ball carrier, 1st down and more, near side of the field, and driven out of bounds at midfield. Hunter Kauser will ankle tackle him out of bounds. We'll see where they lay it down. It's a Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down on a nifty run there by Logan Gerardo, and we'll see where they put it down. It's a gain of 32 yards, I think, 22 yards.
Yeah, we talk about Brody Breck a lot, but Logan Gerardo last year was a first-team defensive back All-Northwest Conference, and offensively at running back is an outstanding as well. They're a great 1-2 punch between the two, Brody Breck and Logan Gerardo.
That was actually a 34-yard run, and J.J. Ward straight up the middle, inside the 40, dropped at about the 38-yard line, Sean.
That's something that if he gets really doing well, you know, the read option and calling his number, that's something that Crestview's been known for with the quarterbacks they've had in the past, and if he's able to do that, they're really going to be hard to stop later in the season.
2nd down and 1 for the Knights. They're at the Paulding 39, just shy of the 39-yard line. Need to get to the 38 to move the sticks again.
Drive to start on the 8-yard line.
Absolutely.
Now we're down in the Paulding 39-yard line, as you said, and 8 clock as we're down to 2:35.
J.J. Ward's got those 2 running backs, 1 on each side, going to hand it off. Is that Brody Breck this time? It is. Forward progress gets him a yard, but I think he's actually going to end up losing a yard, isn't he? It's a loss of a yard, back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you had Quentin Gonzalez there and Dayton Price there on the tackle, and going to be just maybe a gain of 1, bring up 3rd and 2 with the ball in the 40-yard line.
Loss of 1. They were 2nd and 1. They lost a yard, back to the 40. Need to get to the 38-yard line to move the sticks again and keep this drive extended. Wide to the right goes Hunter Jones. Wide to the left, Ronte Jackson. Quarterback J.J. Ward, flanked by 2 running backs, waits for the snap, gets it, play action, he's going to throw, actually get a man wide open. It's caught by Logan Gerardo out of the backfield, 30, 25, 20, down the sidelines. He could go all the way, and he does. It's a touchdown, Crestview. 40-yard pass from J.J. Ward to Logan Gerardo, and another 6th spot on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Again, a play action, the back out of the backfield into the flats. They ran earlier and were unable to complete it. This time they were able to do so. And again, I was impressed with Logan Gerardo's ability his acceleration after the catch. He just beat the Panthers down the sideline for the 40-yard touchdown.
Second touchdown of the game for Logan Gerardo. Had a 1-yard touchdown run earlier. This time a pass covering 40. And here comes the PAT kick by Caden Crasher. Here comes the snap. Here comes the hold. It is up, and it is good. Kick is good. Extra point brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. We'll take a break. Sean will have the Beck scoring drive summary right after this with 1:41 to go. Crestview's lead over Paulding is 35-8. Back in a minute on WKSD. Kenny Stabler, Sean Gerber back in the box. How about that Beck's scoring drive summary right there, Sean, for Crestview?
Very impressive drive. After stopping the Paulding Panthers receiving the ball on their own 8-yard line, they went 92 yards on 8 plays, and that was capped off by the Logan Gerardo touchdown pass from Jaden Ward from 40 yards out. The extra point was good to make the score 35-8.
From his own 14-yard line, we got a big return here by Paulding. I think it's Dayton Price. He's into Crestview territory down the sideline and finally drugged down inside the 20-yard line and tackled from a high penalty marker. We got a player down for Crestview, but I think that's going to be a horse collar tackle at the end of the play right there. That last scoring drive summary brought to you by Beck's Farmers at Heart. Dayton Price took that from his own 14-yard line, and we'll see where they spot it. I believe the Paulding Panthers will be in the red zone, brought to you by Flatland Supply. Sean?
We got 3 different players down at 3 different places here, waiting to see. On the far sideline, we have a Crestview in the middle, and we have one here with cramps near us. So we have 3 players down on the field on that return.
Horse collar tackle on Crestview at the end of that impressive return there by Dayton Price. And we'll see where the football ends up. But what a return from inside his own 15-yard line. He took that a long way, all the way down to the 15-yard line.
I missed half of it doing the
71
scoring
yards.
drive, and I looked up, and the next thing I knew, I seen Dayton Price crossing midfield there. And again, a very impressive run, as you said.
Got a final in already with that mercy rule. Liberty Benton shutting out Lipsick tonight, 42-0. 1:28 to go here. We got a player down. Let's take a break. We're back in 60 seconds. Paulding Panthers have first and goal from the 7-yard line, and they are going to try to run the football, and it's going to be a tackle for a loss. Tried to run it, looks like a counter play again, Sean.
Yeah, they did that inside handoff, but that was read perfectly there by the Crestview Knights, and I believe it was number 59 there, Tanner Short with the tackle.
Hunter Kauser is going to lose 4 yards on that carry right there.
Yeah, loss of 4. So the same situation we had last time.
Yeah.
You know, they minus yards. They were first and goal now, and first and goal from the 11.
Second and goal.
Second and goal from
Second
the 11.
and goal from the 11. Clock running with 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Crestview up 35-8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Carnahan man in motion from bottom to top. 2 running backs flanking senior quarterback Peyton Beckman, waiting for the snap from Nolan Johans. 40 seconds left. Beckman gets it. Play action. Wants to throw. Going into the end zone. One-on-one. Adrian Mans catches it for a Paulding touchdown. 11-yard pass from Beckman to Adrian Mans, and the Panthers put 6 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
That was set up, as we talked about earlier, by the great return there by Dayton Price, and then you added the horse collar penalty, and the Paulding Panthers only had the ball on their own 7, or on the Crestview 7, so was able to, one play to make that completion. It's going to be an easy scoring drive here in a minute for me, Kenny.
Brought to you by Beck's Hybrids, and the point after brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. Paulding looks like they'll go for 2, down 35-14 now with 34.1 seconds left in the third quarter. And the scoring drive summary here in a moment will be brought to you by Beck's Farmers at Heart. Our thanks to them. Panthers have Kauser at 1 running back, flanking Peyton Beckman. Got a single receiver up top. Beckman going to call his own number, try to get it in on the draw, and he's going to be stacked up. Mason Penix and a couple of other guys brought him to the ground, so the run was no good. Let's take a 60-second break. We're back with that scoring drive summary after this. It's 35-14 Crestview over Paulding on WKSD. Kenny Stabler, Sean Gerber back in the box at Paulding High School. The Panthers get a touchdown. Adrian Mans, an 11-yard catch on the throw from Peyton Beckman. How about that Beck's hybrid scoring drive summary, Sean?
Just took 2 plays in 56 seconds, and that was capped off, as you said, by the 11-yard touchdown pass from Peyton Beckman to Adrian Mans. 2-point conversion failed and bring the score 35-14 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Beck's Farmers at Heart, our thanks to them on that scoring drive summary. And you mentioned Adrian Mans being a favorite target of Peyton Beckman, and they've hooked up twice tonight.
Yep, and 6 receptions for 68 yards is what Adrian Mans has on the night. But, you know, some really big catches he's made, catches in traffic. They've not been,
I agree,
easy catches, and that's what's been very impressive. But I was just sitting here, do you onside kick? Do you try to take a chance, 35-14, or you're really looking at how many limited?
I think you need to.
Because you're limited possessions.
Yeah.
I might consider it.
And when Crestview gets it, man, they just meat grinder you offensively with the football.
21, 3 scores. Yeah. I think you think about it.
And it is a squib kick, as you mentioned, and it bobbles around, but Crestview's going to recover, and they're going to have it at about their own 47-yard line, far side of the field. Not sure who recovered it. Actually looks like number 12. That's Nick Helt.
Yeah.
Nick Helt, the 5'5", 131-pound junior, hopping on it for the Crestview Knights, and the Knights are going to have it in real good shape now at their own 47. 1st and 10 with 33.6 seconds left in the third.
I think you had to do it, and I mean, at this point in the game, and the reality, I got kind of excited because the ball did pop loose just for a second, but the Crestview Knights had their all-hands team in there as well, so that doesn't help the situation. But had to take the opportunity. But 1st and 10 from the Crestview 47 here with 33 seconds left in the third quarter.
Hunter Jones wide to the left, Ronte Jackson wide to the right. Backs in the eye. Quarterback J.J. Ward, the 6', 160-pound junior, comes under center. Going to hand that football off. A little miscommunication there on the exchange. Might be a 1-yard gain, and I think it was
Brendan Hornish on the tackle. Gain of 1.
1-yard gain, and that was Brody Breck, I believe. I thought it was Gerardo at first, but we're going to give that to Brody Breck.
Just wasn't clean, as a play executed by the Crestview Knights. Just wasn't a clean handoff. I think that'll be the last play here.
Well, they're coming up to the line of scrimmage. 5 seconds on the play clock. Will they snap it, or are they just kind of bluffing here? They're going to let time expire, and we played 3 quarters from Paulding High School. We'll head to the 4th quarter. Crestview ball when we come back. 2nd and 9. The Knights lead Paulding after 3, 35-14. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back at Kaiser Field in Paulding, Ohio. Paulding High School, 12 minutes of football left. Crestview Knights up by 21, 35-14. They've got the football. 2nd and 9 at their own 48-yard line, Sean.
Yeah, as they come here to take the line, he's going to do the read option, hand it off to the fullback, I believe, Logan Gerardo.
Gerardo, nice little run there inside the 45, real close to that Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down, but not quite there from his own 48. They'll spot it at the 45 of the Panthers.
Some updates here, Kenny. The score at Wayne Trace, Ayersville, they're at Raider Field, still 16-6. The Antwerp-Fremont-Ross game, or Fremont, Indiana. Jagger Landers with a 23-yard reception, touchdown, 2-point conversion complete. That score is now 18-15.
Wow, good for the Archers. 3rd down and 2 here for Crestview at the Paulding 45-yard line. Backs are in the eye. J.J. Ward going to hand off to Brody Breck. He tries to run over the Paulding line of defense, and he's going to be he needed 2, got about 1 right there. Panthers doing a pretty decent job on Brody Breck right here.
I've been very impressed here in the second half. They've done an outstanding job, and Quentin Gonzalez has been a part of that. Again, with another tackle there on Brody Breck. Brody ran pretty wild there in the first half, but Paulding's done a much better job gang tackling and bringing him down. It's been more Logan Gerardo here in the 3rd quarter.
He had 117 yards at half, but on his combined carries there, he's still at 117 on 17 carries. Backs in the eye, 4th and 1. And they're going to lunge forward just off of right tackle, and it is J.J. Ward calls his own number, and he's got enough for a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down on a gain of 2.
Yeah, Adrian Manns with the tackle, but like you said, not before able to gain the 2 yards and get a new set of downs. As we have 10:34 here to go in the 4th quarter, so again, that ground and pound that we talk about, eating clock.
Crestview Knights next week will welcome in the Jefferson Wildcats, and for the Paulding Panthers, they'll be right back here. Spencerville comes to town. That'll be our broadcast game here on WKSD with just over 10 minutes to go in this one. Knights up by 21, and they're looking to extend this drive. 1st and 10 from the Paulding 42-yard line. Single wide receivers, top and bottom. Running backs flanking the quarterback. J.J. Ward going to hand it off to Logan Gerardo. Left side slips through a tackle, and he's going to pick up 8 or 9. Late flag comes in. Looked like a face masking penalty perhaps on that far side of the field. Or a holding on Crestview perhaps.
Wow.
I think that's going to be a holding on the Knights. Or maybe we'll have offsetting, Sean. I don't know.
I thought the face mask was going to be the right call, but the way they're acting, it looks like a holding call.
Just one flag.
Yeah, the Paulding Panthers are clapping, so it's a holding. on the Crestview Knights. That's probably been the downfall.
Jared Owen's not happy with that. He's coming in to talk about what looked like maybe a face mask across the way, and that's what he's asking right now.
Yeah.
His runner's head kind of jerked back a little bit, but the officials kind of explaining things to J.O. with 10 minutes and 1 second left in the football game. And it's going to be a holding call on the Knights.
I don't disagree. From here, it looked like it.
Yeah.
It's the other side of the field.
Yeah.
And they've been calling the horse collar tackles tonight. I mean, they have. Calling that type penalty, so I can understand his frustration. And now this holding is going to bring it back almost to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be like 1st and 11 probably because of the yardage that was gained by Logan Gerardo. But questionable call there.
Now we're under 10 minutes left in the football game, 35-14 Crestview, and it's 1st down and 11 for Crestview from the Paulding 43-yard line as they look to really grind it out here. Brody Breck and Logan Gerardo flanking quarterback J.J. Ward. Single receivers top and bottom. Rothgab to the right. They're going to hand it off to Logan Gerardo.
Same play,
and he's going to pick up about 7 or 8 before he's finally driven out of bounds, and a late flag comes in on the sideline across the way.
I believe it's a late hit, if I was to guess. He was out of bounds, and it looked like Paulding Panther came in late. We'll wait and see on this, but I believe that's what it was on the far sideline.
Picked up about 8 yards on that carry, and if this is a late hit, this will tack on more. And an automatic Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down, Sean.
You always seem to get a call right after you've been chirping in the official's ear, especially when the ball's on that hash mark over on the visiting side. So personal foul on the Paulding Panthers.
I'm going to give Gerardo 7 on that carry. Unofficially, Logan 11 carries for 67 yards. And an automatic Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down for the Crestview Knights as they march deeper into Panther territory. 9 minutes and 32 left in the ball game. Crestview trying to get to 1-1. Paulding trying to avoid 1-1. They'd like to get to 2-0, but boy, it's getting late in the ball game here. 9.5 minutes left. Crestview driving already up by 21, Sean.
Yeah, and Paulding would sure love to get to 2-0. It's something they haven't done, I think, back since 88 or 89 season. It's been like 32 years.
Here's a snap. Ward going to fake the throw, going to call his own number. Wow. Spins out of a couple of tackles, far side of the field. Finally dropped down. Decent gain there by Ward. And, Ward on the carry there. And Hunter Kauser with the tackle for the Paulding Panthers. Ward's going to pick up about 2 or 3 right there, it looks like, on that 1st down carry, Sean.
Yeah, also brought down there by Dominique Carnahan. Showed a lot of athleticism, but I was also impressed with Jalen Ward. He actually done a spin move.
He did.
And it's very impressive, as agile as he is at quarterback, able to do that. But it's going to bring up, as you said, 2nd and 8 with the ball on the Paulding 18. So we're inside that red zone.
Yep, brought to you by Flatland Supply. Crestview on the move at the Panther 18. Clock running with 8:42 left in the ball game. Snap to Ward. Play action. Wants to throw. Got a screen pass. Gerardo tried to come back to it. It was a little bit behind him. It's incomplete. And that'll stop the clock. Coverage there by Hunter Kauser for Paulding. With 8:36 to go, the clock has stopped it in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 8 for Crestview. Ball remains on the Panther 18, Sean.
Same play that they ran earlier for the 40-yard touchdown to Logan Gerardo. Again, just getting that back out into the flats, and Paulding's been unable to pick that up. So, again, great play call at that situation. Just wasn't able to execute. So, bring up 3rd and 8 with the ball still on the 18-yard line. And we have 8:36 to go. Play clock's down to 11.
Yep, they're taking a while here to get this one in from the sideline. Play clock down to 7. They come up to the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds left. And Ward, will he get it snapped? He does. He drops back to throw, has time, bubble screen. Gerardo catches to the 15. And inside the 15, driving, trying to chug down towards that 10. We'll see where his forward progress takes him, Sean. It's going to be a positive gain on 3rd and 8 from the 18 down to about the 12. He's going to be a couple yards short. Pickup of 6 to the Paulding 12, and it'll be 4th and 2. And we are going to get an official's timeout. Maybe it's closer than what I think from up here. Maybe they're going to try to measure. No, he's a couple yards short.
I was going to say that's a couple yards short, obvious.
Not sure what the official's timeout is for.
I'd like to see that one measured there, Kenny.
Yeah. Now they're going to wind the clock. Short board meeting that time. 8 minutes and 10 to go. And a 4th down and 2 for the Knights at the Paulding 12. They need to get to the 10 for a fresh set of downs.
You don't normally say Brody Breck, but they've done an outstanding job focusing on him. Don't be surprised if you see Logan Gerardo or
Gerardo's been good tonight.
Yeah, or Jaden Ward here.
And now they're going to let this play clock run down and call a timeout. We are going to keep it right here. Timeout brought to you by Van Wert Health. Timeout taken by the Knights. 7:46 left here in the football game. It is the Crestview Knights leading the Paulding Panthers 35-14. Reminder, at the conclusion of our ball game tonight, we invite you to stay with us here for the Leland Smith Insurance Services postgame show. Sean will have stats. We'll tell you how everything was done tonight as far as the scoring summary, and we'll be handing out our Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy Player of the Game, our Paulding VFW Post 587 Panther Defender of the Game, and also the Crestview Knights big play of the game. That is brought to you by Amber Davis, Realtor with Schrader Realty. Sean?
Yeah, we have an update on that Wayne Trace Ayersville game, as Ayersville just scored to make the score 16-12 with 2:30 left in the fourth quarter. So that game's getting interesting.
Yeah, Jacob Trevino, 19-yard pass to Ike Iden. They went for two, and it didn't happen. But and at last report here, at the end of 3, Fremont, Indiana over Antwerp, 18-15. I think you may have had that score update just a while ago.
Yep, a big touchdown there by Jagger Landers playing football again. So a big reception for him in his second game for a touchdown.
Yeah. 7:46 to go out of this Van Wert Health timeout. Again, we'll be right back here next Friday night. Spencerville Bearcats.
I was going to tell you, they're looking to kick a field goal here.
Yeah, they are. They're going to bring out their place kicker.
Yeah.
Caden Crasher, who's connected. This is going to be a 29-yard field goal attempt. They'll put it down at the 19 with 7:46 to go. Crasher, he's had the height on his kicks. Here's the snap, here's the hold, here's the kick. It is up, It is high, and it is long. 29-yard field goal for Crestview. 29-yard field goal for Crestview, and they put 3 more on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. How about that?
Yeah, I seen them lining up. They called the timeout to set it up, and I was just waiting for a break to let you know, Kenny, but I'm very impressed by that. He had a leg there. That kick could have made it probably from about 40 yards. I mean, it cleared it easily, so very impressive there. And I give J.O. the credit because maybe later in the season you might need your field goal kicker to come up big and give him that experience.
Caden Crasher, I'll let you work on that scoring drive summary there. Not much to talk about, is there? It's brought to you by Beck's Farmers at Heart. Caden Crasher with the 29-yarder.
Yeah, it had plenty of leg. It was very impressive there by the Crestview Knights. And just to come away with points, makes the score now a 24-point game. But Crestview here, pretty much in command of this football game and has been since half.
Final out of the Western Buckeye League in overtime, St. Mary's 14, Wapakoneta 7. I believe Wapakoneta is 0-2 now. Big win for the St. Mary's Rough Riders in the WBL tonight.
The Crestview Knights have scored on 6 of their 7 possessions tonight, Kenny. So
very efficient.
Very efficient, as we talked about. And really, honestly, defensively, especially that first quarter where they held Paulding just to 7 total yards.
How about this one in the NWOAL? 2:13 to go. Archbold 42, Liberty Center 35. Here's Crashers. Ensuing kickoff. Going to be grabbed at the 30-yard line by one of the Paulding up men, and he's going to be driven out of bounds. Is that Carson? Actually, it's 21 Vogel on the return for the Paulding Panthers. Or Logan Vance on the return for Paulding.
Mason Spieth.
Yeah.
There for Crestview.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that he gets his due here on the radio.
Yep.
He went in on the tackle to push the runner out. Ball's going to be spotted on the Panther 36-yard line with 7:36 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And let's mention Logan Vance for Paulding. He had a good game last Friday night at Delphus. He was in on a lot of stuff. And the Panthers have it 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. 4 wide receivers. Single running back is Carson Pearl to the right of senior quarterback Peyton Beckman. Going to throw a screen pass. Going to be caught by Pearl. Trying to shake Brody Breck. He'll get a little bit of daylight, running room after the catch. He'll take it up to the 39-yard line. It's going to be about a 3-yard completion. From the 36 to the 39, the pass completion again to Pearl. Jacob, go ahead.
It's kind of hard to get out of the grasp of Brody Breck, and that's what he was giving chase to, and he wanted to try to cut back, but Brody was right there to make the stop. So 2nd, 7 from the 39.
Beckman gets the snap, back to throw, far sideline. Jumping that route for Crestview was Carson Hunter, and he just about picked it, but it was incomplete. It was intended for Adrian Manns on the far side of the field. Panthers dodge a bullet right there. That had pick 6 written all over it. Yeah, 7:02 left.
The defensive backs for Crestview are basically in a prevent. They're playing back, but there was one that Peyton Beckman kind of stared him down, and Carson Hunter jumped the route, and if he would have picked it off, he was gone. He had a running start, Kenny.
A lot of green in front of him. He definitely had some momentum there, but Paulding avoids the turnover, and Beckman back into the huddle here. Play clock down to 10. 7:02 left in the ballgame. 38-14. Crestview by 24. And the Panthers need to hurry here. Play clock down to 4. Beckman looking things over, waiting for the snap.
Didn't get off.
And penalty marker back. That's going to be a delay of game, I think. But Beckman steps up in the pocket, got a lot of running room. 40, 45, trying to get up to near midfield, and he will. Host the Knights in on the stop. That's going to be an 11-yard gain for Peyton Beckman, but we had a penalty marker down. Did Paulding get that play off before the play clock expired, is the question.
I didn't think they did, but
I thought Peyton was maybe trying to call a timeout also right there before the snap, but they didn't give it to him. And we will see here.
Legal procedure.
Yep. False start on Paulding. Or a legal procedure, as you mentioned, against the Panthers. And that play will come off the board, that 11-yard run for Beckman.
So take away the first down.
Yep.
And you're going to move the penalty here. So
3rd and 12.
Bring up 3rd and 12. And it's 4-down territory no matter what. I know you're on your own 39-yard line, but you really, I believe, not your, actually,
34-yard
line.
Yeah, 34-yard line.
You're going to have to look at this like 4-down territory.
For sure. 3rd and 12 from their own 34 for the Paulding Panthers. Need to get up to the 46 for a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down. Almost halfway through this 4th quarter. Beckman in the gun with 4 wide receivers dropping straight back. Has some time, gets hit as he throws, and it was almost intercepted. Boy, Beckman took a pretty good shot right there. Coverage by Aiden Lichtensteiger, as the intended receiver was Adrian Manns. It falls incomplete. Peyton Beckman's okay, and it'll bring up 4th down and 12 for the Panthers from their own 34 with 6:24 to go.
Been very impressed by defensive end Trayvon Barton there. He put a licking on Peyton Beckman as he was going to throw, and he was actually fortunate that Aiden Lichtensteiger didn't pick that off, but it's going to, as you said, bring up 4th and 12 from the 34-yard line.
Need to get to that 46-yard line to keep this drive alive for the Paulding Panthers. Just over half a quarter to go. 6:24 left in the ballgame. 38-14. Crestview by 24. We get a timeout taken by Paulding, brought to you by Van Wert Health. Let's take a quick timeout. We're back at 60. We welcome you back to the home of the Paulding Panthers up in the new press box here at Keyser Field in Paulding. Our thanks to Tyler Aaron, John Snodgrass, and all the nice people here at the home of the Panthers for hosting our radio station. A big 4th down and Ag Credit 4th down play for the Paulding Panthers. 4th and 12 from their own 34-yard line. 4 wide receivers. Beckman facing the blitz, wants to throw, and the ball's knocked loose. It's on the ground, and is it recovered by Crestview? Regardless, Crestview or Paulding will turn it over on downs, but the ball comes squirting out, and recovering it there for 23. The Crestview Knights was Donovan Reith, who was nicked up a little bit earlier, but a big play right there on defense for the 5'9", 190-pound sophomore as he knocks it loose. Crestview will have the ball regardless, as Paulding is unsuccessful on that 4th down play, Sean.
And Trayvon Barton, once again, with the big hit. He's the one that caused the fumble from Peyton Beckman. And again, he's just been a wrecking machine there from his defensive end position, and he's raised havoc all night long. And again, whether or not the fumble was 4th down, so Crestview will have the football now. 1st and 10 from the 26 with 6:17 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Knights will have the football with just over half a quarter left. 6 minutes and 17. Play clock's down to 3 seconds left. They got to snap it quickly, and Ward does. Going to hand the football off on the far side of the field. It's a new running back in there right now. I believe it's Nick Helt.
Yeah, we have a penalty flag on this side here. Wait to see what that call is. We got a host of new players in, so we'll have to make some adjustments.
Crestview's got a lot of reserves. Crestview's got a lot of reserves into the ball game now with 6:11 to go. Illegal shift on the offense. So that'll take that run there off the board for the Crestview Knights. It'll back them up. 6:11 to go.
You know, last week the Crestview Knights had 7 penalties for 36 yards. Tonight they have 9 penalties. I'll have to do a little bit of math here in a minute to calculate it, but J.O. is not going to be happy with the penalties.
1st and 15 from the 31 of Paulding for the Crestview Knights. We go under 6 minutes left in the ball game. They're going to snap that ball to quarterback Carson Hunter. Try to run straight up the middle, and not a lot of room right there. We'll see who.
Donovan Reith.
That was number 23, Donovan Reith, the ball carrier.
Host of Panthers there on the tackle, and now we're starting to see some substitutions on the other side as well, as we see Nolan Johans coming off, and going in is number 53, Will Balka.
No gain by Donovan Reith there on his first carry of the ball game. 2nd down and 15 for the Knights. Ball remains on the Paulding 31-yard line. Crestview will welcome in Jefferson next Friday night. Paulding Panthers right back here at home, welcoming in and hosting the Spencerville Bearcats in our broadcast game. Snap goes to the quarterback, Carson Hunter. He's going to throw, going deep. Does he have a man? He does, and it is incomplete in the end zone. Intended for Ronte Jackson. We got another penalty marker back here at the 35-yard line, Sean.
No, it's going to be a holding call. Again, very impressed with Crestview quarterback Carson Hunter as well.
Yeah, Paulding declines that holding penalty with 5:06 to go. It'll be 3rd and 15 for the Knights. The ball at the Paulding 31. Need to get down to the 16-yard line for a fresh set of downs, courtesy of the Stoller-Meyer Insurance Center. Our thanks to them. And again, our broadcast game next week right here, Spencerville at Paulding. Final, Archbold over Liberty Center, 42-35. Wayne Trace with a win tonight in week number 2 as they knock off Ayersville, hold off the Pilots by 4, 16-12. 5:06 to go here. They've not started the play clock yet. Now they'll wind it here at Keyser Field, and the game clock, as we'll go under 5 minutes left when they snap the football. Single receivers top and bottom. Up top for Crestview is Kellen Putman, a 5'10", 130-pound freshman, and down low Parker Spieth. Going to hand the football off. On the near side of the field, a little shake and bake by the ball carrier. Is that Nick Helt? I believe it might be.
Yeah, brought down by
Parker Spieth.
Yeah. Brought down by
No, actually, that was Nick Helt, the ball carrier. Number 12.
Tackled by Dayton Price there again. Yep. Dayton Price having a great game defensively. 4 down territory here. It's 4th and 12, 4th and 11. Ball's on the 28, so we look for the Crestview Knights to go for it here.
3-yard gain there by Nick Helt, the 5'5", 131-pound junior. 4th and 12 for the Knights. Need to get down to the Paulding 16 to keep this drive alive. Parker Spieth wide to the left. In the slot left is Nick Helt. Got 2 receivers down low. One of them is Jared Harding, 5'10", 150-pound freshman. Scrambling in the backfield's Carson Hunter. Going across the field on the left side. He'll stop. Got a penalty marker. Comes down. He'll throw. It's incomplete. And another flag late after the hit on the far side of the field. Boy, oh boy, I don't think that was a late hit. He was well out of bounds. That's a tough call.
Both of these are tough calls. Waiting to see how this plays out.
Really tough. I mean, 3:53 to go. The ball game's in hand. Why prolong the agony here? My goodness.
Yes.
3:53 left, 38-14 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. I don't mean to be too critical, but man,
same here. I mean,
it's been a little shaky tonight at times. Roughing the passer on Paulding, and then a personal foul again. on Crestview. So we had a personal foul on each side. They're offsetting, so we'll replay it. 4th and 12 from the 28. How about that? Is that a happy medium?
Yeah, but J.O.'s going to want an explanation for this, and that's going to take a while because he's not happy.
Yeah,
by the
he's
call.
asking right now. His hands are extended. He's respectfully asking the officials, what's going on here? 3:53 to go. 38-14 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. When all is said and done, I'm sure he's going to be very happy to pick up the win and bounce back from a week ago, losing to Spencerville in Bearcat country. And for Paulding, they'll have to prepare for those Bearcats. It'll be their Week 3 opponent in our broadcast game.
And Spencerville's a tough team to prepare for.
It is. Yeah, they are.
Their wing tee, their running game, and they've added motion to it and starting to run wide as well. And it's very offense that fits their personnel. So it's not going to be easy for the Panthers again next week as Spencerville. A very good football team.
4th and 12 from the 28 in the gun. Dropping back Carson Hunter. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to be tackled from behind for a loss. He'll turn it over on downs. Was that Adrian Manns on the tackle there?
It was a good tackle, a big tackler by Adrian Manns. So it'll be, as you said, going to be turned over on downs. So the Paulding Panthers will have the football.
No gain.
With 3 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And we'll wait and see if Paulding puts their starters in, or if they will choose to put their subs in.
3:47 left in the football game. Crestview Knights appear to be headed to 1-1. Paulding Panthers appear to be falling to 1-1 as well. And Panthers still got their guys out there. They got some things they want to work on, Sean.
Yep, they got their starters in. We see a lot of substitutions on the Crestview Knights. Definitely see their linebackers out, as I can see. A lot of young faces on the Crestview defense.
Still see Aiden Lichtensteiger at a linebacker for Crestview, but yeah, a lot of youngsters out there. Beckman in the gun with trip wide receivers to the top. He's going to hand the football off. And that is Fernando Garcia. Penalty marker down across the 35 up to the 37. And yet another flag here on the near side of the field. It's going to go on Paulding. It's going to be a hold, isn't it?
It's a holding call. You're correct. Kind of the point, just let them play here. It's going to be a holding, so it's going to move it back. It should be, we're about the line of scrimmage from the holding call, so it'll be about 2nd and 20. We'll have to wait for it to be official. But
yeah, this has been a long fourth quarter.
It has been. Fernando Garcia, I believe, on the carry there.
Well, that'll be wiped off via the penalty. The holding on the Panthers going to back the football up down around the 20-yard line. They'll put it exactly on the 20.
17 penalties.
1st and 18.
Not including the ones that have been denied.
Well, they'll say 1st and 20 from the 20. I thought it was 1st and 18, but it's 1st and 20, they'll say. Beckman, a quick out, far side of the field, throws it. It's complete. I think that's Dayton Price on the reception. Going to be a short gain. Well, actually a decent gain, but it's going to be 2nd down and long. Got about half of it right there. From the 20, we'll see where they lay it down.
It'll be 11.
They're standing right on the 30. That would be 10, but you're right, 31. I think it is an 11-yard gain. No official word yet.
11 brings up 2nd down and 9 for Paulding.
Yeah, 2nd down and 9, we'll call it. An 11-yard gain right there. Panthers 2nd and 9 from their own 29-yard line. Beckman in the gun, single receiver top and bottom, dropping back, looking near side of the field. Got a man, Adrian Manns, out of the backfield, 35, 40, 45, and knocked out of bounds near midfield. And on the stop there, Jared Harding for Crestview. Aiden Lichtensteiger helping as well, along with Braden Mollering, a 5'5", 230-pound senior. And they'll take it from the 29 up to the 48. It's a gain of 19 yards and a 1st down. Beckman's pass to Adrian Manns. Adrian Manns putting up some nice numbers, Sean.
That's a 7th reception, and that should be 7 receptions for 87 yards. So, yes, 13 yards shy of the hundreds or the century mark.
Beckman and company, Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down for Paulding. Just under 2.5 left in the ball game. They're just shy of midfield. And now we are going to get a stoppage of play and an official's timeout.
Wow.
Yeah. 2:27 left in the ball game. 38-14 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. The officials trying to get together on something here.
Has to do with the clock. They're looking up here and telling them to put more time on one of the clocks. I think it's the play clock. I don't think the play clock got reset.
Well, the play clock's reset now. The game clock's reset at 2:35. 38-14 on the Williamson Insurance Scoreboard. Crestview with a lead, Paulding with a football. 1st and 10 from their own 48. 2:35 left in the football game. Beckman in the gun. Single running back is to his left, and it's Fernando Garcia. He'll fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself, gets out of trouble, and he'll throw it away on the far sideline. Beckman just unloads. There wasn't any running room there and nowhere to go. And now another penalty marker just now. My goodness.
Everybody's laughing. I mean, that play was completely over, and everybody's walking back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to call intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. Well, they had to talk about that. You know, Peyton unloaded that, and I guess they're saying there wasn't anybody close. It's a loss of down, and it will back Paulding up. 2:28 left in the football game.
Yeah, he was actually throwing to the ball boys that were down here. It's just saving them the trouble.
So it's a loss of down. 2nd down and 20, I believe now. Line of scrimmage is their own 38-yard line. And Beckman in the gun with twin receivers to the top, and we get another penalty on a false start on the Panthers. Boy, Sean, I don't know if you're keeping track of total penalties in this one, but there have been a lot.
I have 19 penalties, but I don't have the ones that have been declined.
Yeah,
you know
because we've had some of those.
So, and I did not include the ones where you kick the ball, the ball out of bounds. So it's probably 25.
Yeah,
would be a good estimate.
25 flag drops tonight, you think?
At least.
2 minutes and 27 left. 2nd down and 20 for the Panthers.
Well,
and here we go. 2nd and 25, excuse me.
It's more than 20.
Yeah, 2nd and 25 from their own 33-yard line. Beckman across the way, has a man caught, and not much of a gain right there. Aiden Lichtensteiger.
Carson Hunter right there on the spot. Johnny on the spot.
Dom Carnahan on the reception right there for Paulding.
Should be no gain.
Yeah, no gain. 3rd and 25. Ball remains on the 32-yard line. Actually lost a yard. I say no gain right there. We're under 2 minutes left. 38-14. Crestview headed to victory here on the road at Keyser Field. Again, they'll welcome in the Delphus Jefferson Wildcats next Friday night. Paulding will be right back here as they play host to the Spencerville Bearcats in our broadcast game. Beckman in the gun. Going to hand it off straight up the middle. I believe that's Fernando Garcia. Short gain. Yep. Garcia going to pick up about 3 right there on that carry.
Tackled by number 50, Braden Mollering there on the tackle. Yeah. So it's going to be a 4th down and, 26?
Yep. Mollering with a good stop right there. He's 5'5", 230, and a senior. And the clock's down to 1:20 left. 4th down and 26 from their own 32. Paulding taking their time here.
On their 32 and have to get to the Crestview 42
yeah.
for a 1st down.
Yeah. Long way. We're closing in on the 1-minute mark of this one. Paulding Panthers and Crestview Knights will both walk off the field here.
I think.
Yeah, they'll both walk out of here with 1-1 records, and we get a timeout taken by Tyler Aaron and the Paulding Panthers with 55.8 seconds left. Probably going to kick it away here, or do you just go for it, see if you can make the play?
I think you just go for it. I mean, what do you got to lose at this point? And then you assume if you don't, I would believe Jared Owens is going to take a knee.
Yeah.
That's just, J.O. So I would assume you just try to
work on a long, a down and distance play of, 4th and long, and just see what you can come up with here. See if somebody can step up and make something happen. Timeout brought to you by Van Wert Health. Again, we'll be back here next Friday night. Spencerville Bearcats, Paulding Panthers, from the home of the Panthers here. Northwest Conference football in week number 3, and week number 2 just about to go off without a hitch here, Sean.
It's just so quick how once football season starts,
Oh, it moves.
I just seemed like we were here, we were at Delphus, just a few days ago, and a week had passed, and now we're here at, Keyser Field. And as you said, time will pass quickly, and we'll be back here again next Friday.
Van Wert beats Defiance tonight, 56-20 in the Western Buckeye League. And Paulding is going to punt this thing away with 55.8 seconds left. Here comes the snap. It's not Kauser. It's a different punter. Can't see the number. And another penalty marker from the near side of the field comes in. Why not? 47.8 seconds left. And we'll see what this one is all about. Another meeting down around the 30-yard line between two of our officials tonight. 38-14 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Crestview Knights are going to win this one.
I don't even know what to say, Kenny. I've never
I'm
seen
trying not to be,
negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type thing. But just don't know what to say in situations. We got 47 seconds left here in this football game, and we're having another discussion over a personal foul call. Not sure why.
Is it a personal foul, you think?
I believe so.
47.8 seconds left in the football game. 38-14. A reminder again, Leland Smith Insurance Services post-game show coming up at the conclusion here from Keezer. We'll have awards to hand out, and we'll wrap up the numbers in this one, tell you how everything went down tonight. Crestview bounces back to get the win, and Paulding drops their first game of the year here. Both teams will head into week 3 with 1-1 records, Sean.
Yeah, it's a personal foul on the Crestview Knights. I think a lot of discussion.
Ball against Crestview.
Not a lot of discussion was going, whether it was during the punt, if they bring it back, that type thing. It was after the play, so I don't know why that was such a discussion. And it should have been from wherever the spot, just move it back and spot the ball and get this game over with.
47.8 seconds left. And we'll see where the football's at. This is tough to call this when you have just delay after delay after delay.
It is, especially when the officials aren't mic'd. It's a lot easier when we go to places where they have the officials mic'd. You hear the call. They seem to be a little bit quicker when they're mic'd to get that information to the fans.
Well, Crestview's going to have the football at their own 35-yard line. Victory formation, they'll take a couple of knees, and this one will be over here momentarily. 45 seconds left. And the only thing left to do here is just announce the final score. It will be the Crestview Knights defeating the Paulding Panthers 38-14. We're going to break for our post-game show. Again, Crestview 38-14 win over Paulding. We're back with our Leland Smith Insurance Services post-game show right after this on WKSD.